If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with all that dang shit on my left, oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
Uh, the great Robin Williams once said, "There's not enough love in this world." So turn to the penguin next to you, fluff him up a little bit, and give him a great big hug.
Damn. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choking people out on the threes and fours, Chronos.
I got boosted. I'm waiting for my superpowers. I'm just saying. Hopefully, I think it's just extra dankness, to be honest with you. So
It's 6G. You
it's
get
6G.
6G.
All right, I get all the G's.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Everybody wants a big booty girl until you have to constantly replace your toilet seats or tighten your toilet seats.
Damn.
Oh my god, I got a funny story about that in a minute.
Damn.
Actually, I can just tell it now. Fuck it, because we're just starting. Talking about larger ladies or people with big asses or whatever. There was a party that I had in my old place, like in Escondido, California, and one of my friend's new wives was a little bit larger, and she broke our toilet seat. Didn't say anything.
What the fuck?
Literally broke the toilet seat. Didn't say shit. I was like,
Damn.
All right.
Did you
Like
break
crack?
the
Like crack
with like
back?
the
Like broke it. Like that shit. We had to like buy a new one.
Damn.
was it like just a seat part, or was it like the tank, or was it like the bowl?
Just the part you sit on, like
Oh, okay.
not the whole toilet, just the
Damn.
toilet seat.
Yeah, there's a trend going around right now, like big booty girls and have her tighten the toilet seat all the goddamn time. It's all fun and games.
Oh, shit. All right, give us
So
some
if you
statistics.
so if you got a big booty girl, go check your toilet seat right now and see if it's loose. Because if not, you need to go back there and just tighten those two little bolts.
Tighten it up.
Right, tighten like a Lucy.
What
Damn.
statistics we got for us?
Our listener of the week would be funky_ZH. Thank you very much for listening. And first in the chat would be Crispy Crawler. What's going on, fam? Good to see you back in the chat once again.
All
I
right.
like that username. That was pretty dope.
The
The
funky
listener
one?
of the week.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
Funky ZH.
All right. Old Ninja, you usually pouring out something. What you pouring out for whom to do?
I'm actually not pouring out anything this week. Maybe a little eggnog, but I guess we want to push back a little bit on one of last week's RIP.
Oh,
Are they
yeah.
not dead?
I forgot about her. So last week you, Old Ninja, and this is not your fault or whatever, because I wasn't familiar. I wasn't familiar
It
with
wasn't
her.
his fault either. It was my fault.
Yeah. Bell Hooks, I think, was the woman. She's an author, feminist, and
Mhm.
you were talking about, she passed away. I don't wish her any ill will in terms of her family and passing away and everything. But man, Twitter alerted me to the fact that she was a real piece of shit when it came to black
Oh
men.
yeah.
And she said the wildest, foulest, nastiest shit, like an actual white supremacist against the Central Park Five and black men as a whole. I mean, I can pull up the exact quote, but I really don't want to even fucking repeat it on air. She was extra foul, and from everything I've searched, she never backtracked on it. She never recanted. She wrote it in a book from the 90s, one of her books, and folks were quoting that tweet, quoting her book quite a bit last week. Again, I didn't know who she was until she passed away.
Same
I said
here.
R.I.P. like the rest of everybody, but once I learned about that, I was like, "Fuck this, BZ." It was some real cunty fucking quotes that she had, and again, never forget that the Central Park Five were completely innocent, rickrolled, by mass anti-black men hysteria in New York City, and were completely innocent and went to jail. And there's a whole movie about it, or actually a drama series by Ava DuVernay called When They See Us that goes into a whole lot of detail about it. But fuck anybody who's talking shit about the Central Park Five and just going at black men in general in terms of
Yeah.
mythology and demonizing black men for nothing. Fuck her.
Yeah, when I saw that tweet show up, I was like, hold on, because we talked about it last week. I just looked to see what kind of books and stuff she had. And, like, I didn't see a photo of her, so I looked her up. I was like, this old white lady talking shit. Let me see what this bitch look like. Oh fuck, she's black.
Mhm.
I was not prepared to see. I was like, wait a minute, she doesn't like her own kind. Like, what the hell? And like the shit that she said was like, even after the fact that they were found like not guilty, she was like, well, there are those types or whatever, and I was like, holy shit, like this chick really went there with that.
I actually have her quote here. She says, quote, "No one can truly believe that the young black males involved in the Central Park incident were not engaged in a suicidal ritual enactment of a dangerous masculinity that will ultimately oh shit. Yeah.
Good job on that,
So
Joe.
sorry.
You fucked
Sorry,
that up.
it didn't load all the way. I thought I had it, but I mean still who 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 actively goes into a suicidal ritual?
Would you
Like
like me
what?
to actually say the whole quote?
Yeah, if you could, because it's not finishing up.
This
For
is
me.
what she said about the Central Park
Apologies.
Five. Okay, no one can truly believe that the young black males involved in the Central Park incident were not engaged in a suicidal ritual enactment of a dangerous masculinity that will ultimately threaten their lives, their well-being. If one reads again Michael Dyson's piece, "The Plight of the Black Men," focusing especially on the part where he describes the reason why many young black men from gangs, the quote unquote, the sense of absolute belonging and unsurpassed love, it is easy to understand why young black males are despairing, nihilistic. And it is rather naive to think that if you do not value their own, that if they do not value their own lives, they will value the lives of others. It is really so difficult for folks to see the connection between the constant pornographic glorification of male violence against women that is represented, enacted, and condoned daily in the culture and the Central Park crime. So yeah, this is everything that she just said. It goes back to like, oh, I can't remember the name of that fucking that old ass movie, but it's basically like the fear of the black man that we're gonna come rape all your women and do all this and that, when like it's pretty rare when you look at like actual statistics of like a black man raping a white woman. It's pretty
Birth
rare.
of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's
That's
what
what it
Birth
is.
Nation. Yeah,
Where you had that dude dressed up, and he was super blackface,
blackface.
raping white women, and it's just they just keep espousing to it. When you have people that are misguided, like Bell Hooks' opinion was about how we're all basically the same, we're all just doing these things that's in our nature. It's like, what if we said the same thing about black women and said anything like discussion like that about black women? You know, it would not be excused today. So that's the reason why we're not excusing what she said now. And it's sad that she passed away, but she said some really fucked up shit and didn't go back on it. This is the same Central Park Five that the former President Donald Trump took out a full page ad in a newspaper to talk about how, basically to give them the death penalty. These five underage kids,
Yep.
and they didn't commit the crime. And he also has not gone back and said anything that he did was wrong. So I'll put him in the same boat as fuck you and your couch.
And to quote Stitch, fucking
It's
rocket launch to the
inside.
moon or to the sun. Yeah.
Hey, just one quick point of order, and this is me being kind of a stickler, but it's for a good reason. They being the central, the five would like to be known as the exonerated five, and I'm all in favor of that because
Oh
again,
yeah.
they didn't commit any fucking crime, and they're innocent men. They're older than us, actually. You know what I mean? They're almost as old as old Ninja.
Ain't
But
nobody. Nah, they know those me.
but yeah, exonerated is a great way of describing the fact that again, innocent people, and just because they were black men automatically viewed as guilty, criminal, evil, violent, rapists, and all this other terrible stuff. And this woman had the audacity to put it in a goddamn book. So no, we're not going to celebrate her. We didn't realize it last week, but yeah, fuck her.
So anyway, on to the
Okay.
weather.
I think we alienated all one of our Bell Hooks fans.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they'll
So
actually say, but there, you need proper context. Okay, I mean, you can put it in context if you want, but
Yeah.
there really isn't, especially given the fact that she didn't really apologize for it at all, and she disparaged a whole group of people, like
kinda-
white folks do. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Kind of jumping back to Donald Trump, like there was on the New York Times, there was somebody had asked him a question about the whole Park 7 or Park 5.
Central Park 5.
Was it no the inside? What did they want to go by?
They want to go by
Exonerated.
exonerated.
Exonerated 5. They talk about that, and Donald Trump still back up his statements. Like, are you serious? Like he doesn't want to apologize for the ad that he paid out for it.
Yeah,
And this was this article's from or this report from 2019.
yeah, let's be really crystal fucking clear. The only reason why he doesn't want to apologize for shit is because this is black people. These are black men. That's it. If you disparage, another group, you're going to pay a bigger cost politically and socially. But it's fine to say this kind of bullshit about black men, and I'm fucking tired of it, man. It's uncalled for. And, it's even more disappointing that this is, again, from an educated author that's a black woman. Like, what in the entire fuck? Don't you have any uncles or fathers or brothers or sons or anything? You're just going to throw everybody in this same fucking bucket. And, yeah, it's foul shit. And, you don't have to be... Nothing about your ideology of feminism should be anti-innocent male. It just shouldn't. But here we go, just dipping into this shit of, let's use, again, white supremacist talking points to dial home this evil, fucked up point that, they're all criminals, they're all evil, they're all rapists, they're all violent. Fuck everything about you, bitch.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm reading her fucking books.
Fucking cunt. Anyway, keep going.
What's the name of the person from Mr. Robot, the Asian guy who fucking pissed on that?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
White Rose.
White Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, he White Rose to make a little potty squat. That shit was so. God, that scene was so fucking epic. just chit chatting, drop draws, and just piss on someone's grave.
My favorite thing about BD Wong was he was more intimidating in a fucking dress, pissing on somebody than he was
In a suit. Yeah, in a suit he wasn't too menacing. But when he was White Rose in that white dress, I'm like, oh shit, something fucked up is about to happen.
You couldn't tell him nothing.
You know what's crazy? So, like, how people say, don't speak ill of the dead. We don't do that shit here. Like, if you did some really fucked up shit and you didn't correct it in your lifetime, like you had your whole lifetime to fix it and you didn't, so we might talk some shit after you died. And yeah, there's some shit that I said that probably all of us have said in our lives that are kind of fucked up, but we've changed our opinions on a lot of stuff. So, and yeah, if I died and something I said was fucked up, I'm dead. I wouldn't really care if you spoke ill of me. So, yeah, what you said was fucked up, and she didn't correct it. So fuck her.
Yeah, man.
And then we talk about Nancy Reagan on here too, and she Deadpool. Wow.
Hey, she was doing
the
what
she did
wrong.
She was doing God's work. She was doing God's work.
Say her name right. Throat, go.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Man, we just started off fucking dang.
Yeah, oh bad. I mean,
jumping on motherfuckers' couches.
I give out as much shit as she was getting, as far as Nancy Reagan. A lot of people were like, well, dude, she was out there living her best life in the 50s, I guess. I mean, she was single at the time. So, I mean, she did earn a reputation according to the unauthorized book, but it's not like, she was killing people or anything. She's, helping people bust.
Or fucking slipping Spanish flies and quaaludes in people's
let's not give her too much leeway because, I mean, her and her husband did a lot of fucked up shit to the black community, so...
I'm talking about before. But this is before she was in office.
Before. What she did in her entire lifetime was fucked up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she helped some dudes bust some nuts, but she also had to do with a lot of young black males getting thrown in fucking jail for minor drug crimes. So...
Yep. And let me just be really clear. I got to say this one last time. because it's all implied and everybody's kind of hush hush about it. But if you're on the MGM lot, and known as the throat goat, you were fucking groupie. That's what the fuck you were. You know what I mean? At that time, you were a young groupie on that lot because you were nowhere near as famous as all these other MGM directors and actors that you sucking off. But yeah, I mean, I'll focus on more of the policies and things that she did as first lady, and then when she was the first lady of California and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to still always call her throat goat. That shit was hilarious. I don't know how I missed that book from, what did you say, 91, Old Ninja?
91, 92? Yeah.
That was old news.
91, 92, we were like not even teenagers yet. So
yeah.
We're on the precipice, but yeah.
Had I known, though, that would have been some funny shit on the playground.
Most of us hadn't even busted nuts yet.
Damn.
I'm just saying. Most of us hadn't even busted nuts yet. Except for maybe Old Ninja, because he's like 45 million years old. Just saying.
Yeah,
he was still
I would
dusty nuts back then.
Yeah, I would say I look at it from a different angle. I mean, I look at it as she was doing what she could to remain relevant, because apparently she wasn't a good actress back then, and she wanted to be an actress. So in order to get roles, she had to do what she got to do. So
nobody likes to admit that.
So,
yeah, but that's fucking gross too. So yeah,
I mean
that's some Weinstein, whatever his name is. That's shit right there.
Yeah.
So that's disgusting.
Yeah, we're talking early 50s.
Yeah,
So,
I know, but it was still gross.
That's old school Hollywood, and
It's
even
not even
new
old
school.
school Hollywood. Yeah.
I was gonna say even new school. That's always been there. All right, goddamn. All right, so no RIPs. Where are we going first, guys?
If we want to keep it dank a little bit, this isn't. I thought I put this on here. But did y'all hear about this? The PlayStation executive who got busted.
Oh, I heard about this.
You heard about this?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think he's British, but I'm not 100%. But what he did was stupid. His name's George Cot.
Oh, you blank it out.
Cacioppo. I don't know how to pronounce that one.
One more time.
Cacioppo. So he's 64, senior vice president of engineering at PlayStation. This fool was on Grindr trying to hook up with the 15-year-old boy. So he didn't know that the person he was talking to was a decoy. And there was a YouTube who live streamed it. It's a channel called People versus Preds. He was live streaming.
Man, you really need a fucking new internet, man.
Yeah, your internet tripping, dude.
I think it's the mic.
No, it's not the mic. It's your whole video.
Yeah, you were freezing up too.
I have
video
questions.
froze.
I have serious questions. First of all, how the fuck does a 15-year-old get on Grindr?
It's not. It was a decoy claiming to be 15.
But why would that even be on? I mean, obviously the guy fell for some shit and he's disgusting, but that shouldn't even be possible on these dating apps, like having somebody underage on there. I feel like there's a whole bunch of things that went wrong, or just entrapped a dude that was probably gross to begin with. So,
well, I mean, the guy. I mean, anybody can lie on Grindr and say they're of age, but then like turn around and say like, oh, I'm actually 15 or whatever.
That sounds. I mean, but if you do that knowing that it's fake, that's serious entrapment. I mean, it's gross that the guy wanted to do that, but I mean, legally speaking, that's like some. That's really fucking nefarious.
Yeah.
So he sent. Apparently, he sent pictures. Illicit.
You don't have to describe all the crimes.
Photos.
You really don't have to describe his disgusting crimes.
So, but I want to make sure I say this though. So, if it's like the FBI did this, basically a sting or something like that.
YouTuber. Wasn't it?
Well, they're a group of people on YouTube. They're called People versus Preds. So,
hold on. I'll say this: expose all the fucking pedophiles possible. Like, fuck them and their feelings. I'm with that. Damn though, if he's a senior executive at PlayStation and doing this, I am almost fucking positive that some foul shit has also gone on that has been unrecorded that he's done all throughout his life. Because remember, at almost every single PlayStation event, there's probably been underage, or teenage young boys. You know what I mean? Like that's disturbing and fucking wild, man. But is he arrested now or no?
So the thing is actually common for like underage kids to be on this app. Like I'm reading a couple articles of like, well, they're not supposed to be on there, but like there's articles on here talking about it.
Didn't they really?
So I will say this.
Go ahead.
Well, it is unclear if he will face criminal charges because they're not. Yes, because he was exposed by a YouTube group, but they're not of law enforcement. So they just put him on blast about what he was doing, which.
Damn it, your internet.
Jesus Christ, man.
If he hasn't been like, if law enforcement ain't gonna do shit when there's documentation of him at best being interested in underage boys with again screenshots or whatever or DMs or whatever, then fuck. Like, what hope do we have for preventing pedophilia?
What country was this in? Was it?
Oh, the U.S. This is in the San Diego area.
Oh, okay, California's a whole lot. Because I was trying to look up the age of consent. Because I know like some states are like 16 or whatever. California is definitely 18.
Damn.
But like Colorado was 14.
What the fuck?
What?
Some of that shit is just wild to me.
I didn't know what the fuck is even going on when I was 14 years old. I thought I knew, but I didn't fucking know.
No.
Yeah.
And imagine a grown 30, 40, 50-year-old person coming up to you at age 13, 14. Yeah.
64. 64.
Dude, he's 64. That's like almost less than 5 times his age, or maybe a little bit less. But goddamn, that's like fucking your grandfather.
So what? So is PlayStation doing a goddamn thing? Like, are they?
Yeah, he's fired. He's fired. No, they fired him.
Good. God damn.
In a day, he
Weinstein
was
shit.
fired.
Yeah. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I hope they didn't give him no golden fucking parachute or no shit.
I feel like there's things that definitely should break the golden parachute, but obviously there are things that aren't, that don't at all, that are like probably not as egregious, but definitely stealing a bunch of money from people. People just get golden parachutes. Like they can fuck up and do like really fucked up things and still get millions of dollars and they're fine.
Look, speaking of like shitty ass fucking people, is that what's her name? Epstein's girl? Is she still on trial? What the fuck happened with her?
Yeah, she's still on trial.
That trial ain't getting enough fucking attention for me. Like, what?
That's because a bunch of people that they've called out like a whole bunch of people that are like high profile people. That's why they're keeping it out of the news. Because the news, they know who pays the bills. And it's,
Yeah, man.
apparently it's gross pedophiles.
Mm-hmm. Fucking shit. Like that, to me, that should be like one of those trials that gets around the fucking clock coverage, cameras in there and shit. Like, but that ain't gonna fucking happen.
Shit should have been over quick too, but this has been fucking like years because Weinstein like killed himself allegedly. What, like 2 years ago? Epstein. Okay. Yeah. He killed himself like what, 2 years ago? I think. It's been a while. So if he was on trial,
he died, but that motherfucker didn't kill himself for shit.
Oh bad.
I think it's George Cassiopo is how you pronounce his last name. Pretty sure.
Is it Cassiopo?
Pretty sure.
Not sure.
And I'll put a "hey" on the end of that.
Oh god damn.
Mario.
Speaking of
He might be saying a version of that in jail, provided he cheats charges.
Dude, speaking of languages, like I learned that with Italian words, like if it ends with an I, that's like the plural version of something. So like spaghetti is plural, but like if you just have like one spaghetti strand, I guess it's called spaghetto. Like if it ends with if it ends with the O, it's a singular, but if it ends with the I, it's plural.
Well, what about SpaghettiOs, motherfucker?
Well,
So
American.
SpaghettiOs will be SpaghettiO.
Spaghetti.
SpaghettiO.
What?
It's the Halloween version. Spaghetti-Oos.
Yeah, like
Spaghetti.
Wait, how do you pronounce the the chef on the can, Blue, for SpaghettiOs?
Chef Boyardee.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Well, I just think he was
Oh.
going to say it. I'm very curious now.
I thought he was going to say Chef Boyardee.
This fucking guy.
Boyardee.
He's just going to go super racist against
I'm gonna say
Italians.
Humbardi.
I still can't. It's a tangent, but I still can't believe what fucking Chris Pratt is going to be Mario. Is that like legit news?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't really care. I mean,
That just seems weird to me, man.
I don't know why Chris Pratt gets like. I don't really care about Chris Pratt. I mean, he was cool as, Star-Lord or whatever, and I don't know. People talk like shit about him, and I don't totally understand. I guess I don't know that much about him. I guess, but he was cool as Star-Lord, so.
I know there was some shit about, like, he was dating some girl, and like cheated on her with somebody else, and then turned around and got with that girl. He was.
He was married to Anna Faris, and then
it's about Anna Faris.
And then he was messing around with Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
I mean, God of Dirty Sprite taught us all. You know what I mean?
But I think the guy who played the voice of Sonic, like, that he kind of, because for me, growing up as a kid, Steve Urkel was the voice of Sonic. Jamil White was the voice of Sonic, and like seeing Sonic be played by another voice was really weird. But I don't know, I dig it. He did a pretty good job.
They nailed it. At least to me in the movie, it felt right. You know what I mean? I want to see more of those movies.
Oh,
we got 2 coming out. The trailer was fucking dope. We got we talked about it before, but Idris Elba is playing Knuckles.
Yeah, I'm fucking down. Like, Sonic was a nice, pleasant surprise, kind of. So.
Well, considering that they listened to the fans, because that first original trailer that it dropped was garbage. It was boo-boo garbage, and they definitely
fixed him. They spent the money and fixed him. I'll never forget that.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
It was like the first time that trolling actually worked.
Yeah. Because we all
way.
collectively said, this is going to be hot fucking trash. I'm not supporting it. They fixed it, and then it was actually pretty good, actually. You know what I mean? It worked.
And it made money, rightfully so.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was actually the last movie I saw in the theater before COVID hit. And then they released it like digitally, and I turned around and bought it digitally too. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I'm looking forward to the sequel that comes out. And Jim Carrey's back again, which is he's gonna Jim Carrey it up, but he actually looked pretty funny in the second one. But we'll see.
I like Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. You know what I mean? Like it still works. Like ever since Living Color. You know what I mean?
Let me show you something.
Oh, this is. It's a funny story. If you go back and watch Liar Liar, there's a scene where Fire Marshal Bill is in it. Fire Marshal Bill is in the background. So Jim Carrey reprises his role as Fire Marshal Bill, and he's like in the background as his character. And it's like it's a real subtle thing. Like I was watching something about like all of Jim Carrey's like achievements and stuff like that. They brought that up as an Easter egg. I was like, dude, that's fucking great. Like that's such a. And it's like the scene is when he like tries to save his son, or he tries to meet up with his son on the airplane. They're like flying or whatever, and he flies off whatever. And one of the fire department persons is Fire Marshal Bill.
Hey, shout out to the Wayans. Never forget they put him on, and they nailed the fucking casting. Almost everybody on fucking in Living Color was hilarious, but obviously he blew up more than almost anybody except for I guess maybe more than even Amy, but
more than even who?
Everybody they put on that show is awesome.
Who are you talking
Jamie
about?
Foxx.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx was a fucking DJ. It wasn't even a goddamn act. He was a DJ on the show. And
at first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he started doing skits, but
Jamie Foxx is like he's like super multi-talented. Like the dude can act, the guy can sing, and he's fucking funny as hell. Like his stand-ups and shit it's always been on point. But I don't know, just the fact that he went from being a DJ to being such a big. I mean, he's almost following Will Smith's kind of MO. Start off with music and get into TV and then blow up in the big screen. But I mean, Will Smith's on a whole different level, but kind of the same realm.
Yeah, but I think Jamie Foxx is more talented than Will Smith. I'm just gonna say it. Also, Jamie Foxx is hilarious because he does shit on the budget, even though he's rich. If you ever listen to like the Joe Rogan Experience when he was on there, he was talking about how he would do parties on like super cheap, and he would be like instead of like having like a super caterer coming to his house and like cater everything, he would just buy a bunch of like McDonald's or KFC and like not spend a bunch of money on parties and shit like that. So
Yeah.
he kept it reasonable.
Yeah,
I think Donald Trump took a page out of his book for for the college kids.
Yeah.
yeah. He
Some
talks
bullshit.
about it on Snoop Dogg's podcast, where he's arguing with P Diddy on how he spent like thousands of dollars on some party, and he's like, man, that's not how you do it. So I can throw you a party for $400,
Yep.
and it'll be hit. And so he put it together, and he said it was like livelier than Diddy's 12 like thousands of dollar party. It was pretty funny. But it was pretty awesome at the same time because he literally broke it down. He went to Costco, bought a bunch of like cheap shit, bought fucking liquor, and boom, that was it. Like, damn.
So, I mean, do y'all want to get into a movie that Jamie's been in? Like y'all, right? Or
I haven't seen it.
I've seen. I think I'm the only one that's seen it.
Which one are you
You,
talking about?
can you do spoiler free?
Into the Spider Verse, No Way Home. I got shit to do.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Got to talk to my Aunt May.
I mean, I can
No.
wait. Yeah,
I mean,
this one's hard to do without spoiling stuff. So
I'll definitely have seen it by next week.
yeah, that should be fine.
I'm gonna have to pirate
It's
it.
definitely
This-
worth seeing.
What really sucks about this is that like I like watching a lot of YouTube videos. Like I barely watch like real TV or whatever, but I watch YouTube videos and like the night that the movie dropped, like motherfuckers are already dropping spoilers, and it sucks with like YouTube. What they do is they'll show like clips of the YouTube video, so like you see clips of them showing stuff that's from the movie, and it's like fuck, man, like why can't people just goddamn wait like at least 48 hours before you start spoiling shit?
'Cause people
And
are
then like
assholes.
the Tyler of the episodes too will say something about the movie, like oh what happened, blah 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 blah.
Oh, we gotta have Stitch on here because Stitch has a rant like
Fandango.
yeah, when he was buying from Fandango, Fandango spoiled something for him, so it's all bad.
Wait, on the website, the website Fandango?
Yes. When he bought his tickets, he had something spoiled for him while buying it. He told me what it was, and I was like, "That's fucked up." He's all so when he's back on the cast, I'll have him explain.
You ain't gonna have him explain shit.
He's still pissed about it. It's awesome.
I wonder when it's going to become the Disney Plus. Is what I want to know.
I don't think it's coming to
usually
Disney
30
Plus.
days.
None of the other Spider-Man movies are on there. So,
Yeah, it's Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, you're
I wonder
more
when
likely
it's going to be on
see it
PlayStation. Come on, Sony.
Damn.
PS5 can do 4K or 8. Can you do
It does,
8K,
it
right?
does all the Ks. I'm sorry, not all of them.
Yeah.
It only does 2 Ks. Definitely not a third.
Damn.
All right. Tell me about you get further in Deathloop.
Yes. Well, okay. This game, it's it's kind of fucked up because, like, I'm playing it, and then I keep going through like my loops. I'm just like, oh, there's more information on how I can do something better. Oh, I'm like learning more about like how to do this, this, and that. And I'm like, so now I'm just really trying to find like the perfect loop. And every single time I'm trying to get to the perfect loop, I'm learning like more and more on like how to get more than one person in the same room so I can kill them both. And that's the main thing is like I could probably on a difficult level beat the game right now. Probably could have beat it a while ago. But I'm trying to do it in like a really efficient way. Like I know I was missing like a thing called a slab, which is like kind of like your superpowers. And like one of the like the final boss guys, he has it. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna. You can only get it at night, and at night it's like the hardest because there's like a lot of fucking goons out. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get this fucking slab, at night, and I got it today. And holy shit, I probably killed in this game. I usually don't kill more than like 10 people on like sometimes maybe a little bit more, but like when I'm going through any given level. But on this one, I had to kill probably close to like 50 people. And I was just like, damn, because I couldn't stop because they kept finding me and I kept having to murder them. So, yeah, and I killed the guy, got his slab, but I was like, man, I had to kill a lot of people to get this fucking thing. And I know, like, where I killed the guy, I'm setting up the events to where when I kill that guy, there's someone else that I need also in the same room. So I have to go back in the same situation and kill like 50, probably 100 people to kill 2 of like the main people at like the end. So... we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's like really good. It's like playing Clue, but you murder people, and it's really good. I can't wait for one of you other guys to play the game and hear your thoughts, because once you get like past like the initial like learning curve, it gets really interesting. You just want to learn more and more about the story and like why are you stuck in this loop? How can you kill all these visionaries in one night? You know, how can I get better gear and all this other stuff? Like you get really invested in the story and stuff. So yeah.
Sounds like it's one of your favorite games of the year.
It is, and I have Guardians of the Galaxy, which I really want to play, and Phoenix Rising, but this one is still like I just want to get that perfect loop to like kill everybody. I keep getting like better and better shit. Like I thought I had like the gear that I wanted, and then all of a sudden I got like this. I got like an SMG where if I shoot somebody, it gives me life back. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then I finally found like the gun that I found in like I think my second or my third loop that I played. I found like this badass gun where it's like two pistols and you can put them together. It makes an SMG and it shoots in like 3-round bursts, and it like just fucking murders the shit out of everybody. But when I first got it, I couldn't infuse gear yet, so I couldn't keep it. And so now I figured out a way to go back and find it again, because you can only find it like at a certain time of the day at a certain spot. And I got it, and now it's like part of my inventory. I'm like, fucking yes, and I upgraded all the way, and it's like, it's a really good weapon. So yeah,
Good
This
shit.
game sounds complicated as fuck. Like
it's sort of
every time you
complicated.
die, you lose. It kind of brings back that old school fucking that like old school game style where like when you die, you gotta like start back over from the beginning. You don't have any like I want to say Dungeons and Dragons, but not really. But like,
Well, you don't have to start over from the beginning. So like, I mean, you start over from the beginning, yes, but you can, when you get gear, you can infuse the gear with this like element to like make sure that everything that you infuse with an element, when you die, you keep it. So that makes it like way more fair.
but before that, you were fucking
Yeah, I was
starting
just
from
like,
scratch on goddamn time.
this is kind of hard. Like people are fucking me up. So, but once I figured out like, hey, there's like ways you can like survive once you infuse your gear and get through this, then it becomes fun. Then you can kind of run around. I still sneak around and try to stab people, and then when shit hits the fan, then I start murdering everybody. That's like typical, spy style, right? Once you get caught, you just fucking kill everybody. So
Fucking that's old school fucking Metal Gear Solid
Once I
mentality.
saw that exclamation mark and
Yeah, man.
heard that sound, it was murder time.
and they have that, like they literally have the exclamation points and a sound. It's not the Metal Gear sound, but there's definitely a sound that goes along with it. And you're like, fuck, they got me. And then they have like the music. This is another thing that's really cool is the music. So when somebody finds you, and this is how you know like people are still like searching for you. It's because the music like amps up, and you hear this music, and then once everybody's gone, like once you basically murdered everybody that's around you, the music will die back down in like a nice little crescendo. And it's like it's really cool to hear the crescendo. You're like, all right, I'm good now for a minute. So
I don't know why people always underestimate just how great video game music can really be. It like sets the tone, so well. You know what I mean? Like obviously we talked about Doom Eternal plenty of times, but when that music fucking hits in a game, it's like iconic and it enhances the experience so much.
yeah, I think Doom Eternal probably does it the best out of like any of the games that I've played in like a long time. I mean, Metal Gear Solid does a good job too, but but that's only with like the sounds, probably not the music, except for like I guess Snake Eater. Snake Eater had a fucking dope ass soundtrack.
Sure did.
But Doom Eternal, like the way they amped up music to like amp you up to like go murder fucking demons. Nobody's done it anywhere near that yet. There's a new game called like Death Harbinger or something like that, where basically you have to kill things to the beat and it's all metal and it's a first-person shooter. But yeah, Doom and Doom Eternal, those fucking soundtracks and the way they like come in and like just get you amped up to kill things. If y'all haven't played Doom or Doom Eternal, the most recent ones for the PS4 and the new generation, they're excellent games. Like if you play that game and you don't get amped up, you're probably not fucking alive. Just saying, find some joy in your life. It should be that game. I'm just saying.
Yeah, fucking yeah. All right. We lost Blue.
We did.
But
he can still hear us though, because he has a trip.
oh yeah, that's right.
Wait, I gotta talk about something. So probably one of the best games audio is from fucking Super Mario Brothers. That dun. Like when you get into the fucking dungeon area, like you know you're in fucking trouble because you got the dun dun music playing. But what's so great about the old school Mario game is that that music haunts you to this fucking day probably. Like after you play the game for like a good couple of hours, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, that music is still fucking rocking in your head.
And another one, you know, it's obviously a puzzle game, but fucking Tetris, man. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
that fucking song. You can hum that shit right fucking now. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
you know how many dubstep and EDM fucking versions of fucking Tetris there is out there?
That
It's
shit's-
ridiculous.
That shit slapped hard as fuck, man.
I feel like
Come on.
Russia like really missed an opportunity by like capturing the American like mind of just they could have just slipped in a whole bunch of like really subtle communist shit into the soundtrack of Tetris, and people would have got on board with that shit. I'm just saying.
It was that big of a hit.
Yeah,
You know, that shit was fucking brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yep. Shows Love Mother Russia on there or some shit like that, and people are like, you know what, I don't see anything wrong with Russia.
You could have just said it backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the beat.
Love your comrades.
Oh, did you know that if you play the Tetris soundtrack backwards, what you fucking hear?
You know, that shit doesn't even make sense in the digital era really all that much. You know what I mean? Like,
Or play-
Play music backwards.
some people still do vinyl. I get it, but you know, like,
Well, I mean, fucking, was it? Missy Elliott had that one verse in her song where she actually fucking raps backwards,
I forgot about that shit.
or it's played backwards, something like that. Like, it probably was like a couple of years ago when I realized that she was actually saying flip it back and reverse it, but they played it backwards, and it was like, what the fuck?
That's nice.
That shit was genius.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I tried to turn on G4. Like, have you guys watched this channel anymore now? Or-
I need to, but I watch it on YouTube for like
Okay.
specific
Yeah.
things. But it's weird because when I try and watch like Attack of the Show, it's like a 3-hour stream. I'm just like, is it really 3 hours?
That's yeah.
I just want
kinda
to
too long.
watch. I just want to watch it. We're saying it's too long, but this podcast is usually over 2 hours. But
Yeah,
I'm like, you know, I just want AOTS and like the normal segment. But I have to watch it. But I've definitely watched X Play for a bunch of reviews, and the reviews are much longer now, which is fine because I mean Adam Susser is he's a gem. Really
He is. He's great. I loved him. I always will. Do they still have Morgan Webb on there too? I haven't seen
No,
any.
I mean that's kind of sad, but I mean, if she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't want to do it. You know, I mean, Adam's there and he wants to keep doing it, so I am there for him. But yeah, if Morgan Webb joined him, I would definitely be happy about that. But there's another one. I forget her name. There's like 2 other people that do it with him. But
I really loved Morgan back in the day because like she was kind of unassuming. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't super jokey, but like she
Yeah.
knew her fucking shit.
yeah.
You know, so it'd be nice to kind of see what she's doing. But again, you're right, Kronos. If she didn't want to be a part of it, she's moved on, doing different things with her life. It's all good. But
She also was a tall drink of water.
she was,
Actually,
you know what?
she's
It,
not
you know
that
what it
tall.
really was?
She's
Yeah,
not that
she
tall.
really wasn't all that tall. Sessler's just that short.
Mmm.
You know, no shade to him, but like when you
Yeah,
see
she
her
is.
in real life, she's not
Yeah,
that
she's
tall.
only 5'7".
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's a little tall for a woman, but not that tall.
Yeah, on TV she looked like she was 6'5".
Yeah, but, I mean, she was,
Yeah.
but she was wearing.
Wait.
But Adam Sessler's 6 feet
Adam-
tall.
Yeah, Adam Sessler's taller than her.
Then that was some TV magic. Something weird was going on.
She was wearing heels most of the time.
Yeah, she must have been wearing like huge heels, them stripper heels. Mhm. All right. Well, anyway, in the fucks. Old Ninja, you still?
Quick
Go
thing. I guess yeah. G4 kind of not. It was before it was G4. It was it Tech TV?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or did Tech TV by G4? I can't remember how
It was Tech
merged
TV.
but yeah, and that originally were based out here in San Francisco because Adam Sessler is actually from Berkeley.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think Morgan Webb is from like San Francisco or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Wait, no, she went
says
to-
she's from LA.
She went to Berkeley too. Okay.
Yeah, she went to school in Berkeley.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what about Olivia Munn. I mean, she came in after the show though.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Olivia was you knew she was a goddamn star and almost too fucking gorgeous for the whole channel. You know what I mean? Like you would be watching and you'd be like, oh, she's going to be gone next week. Like she's just going to be this huge Hollywood star. And she obviously became bigger than almost everybody. But she was so fun on Attack of the Show.
She was because
She's got a.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, she was quirky. That was the thing. Is like we all knew that she wasn't necessarily the nerdiest woman, on the planet, but she still had like some quirks about her, like the whole pie thing and like other shit that just like made it work. And yeah, she was definitely a welcome addition to the show. And I feel bad because what was her name? Candace something.
Oh yeah.
The girl who replaced her is like Candace Bailey. Candace Bailey.
Bailey.
Just wasn't her, and no, I had no real problem with her, but, I just like Olivia Munn more. But the crazy thing about Olivia Munn is that she came up just like Kevin Pereira did. So both Kevin Pereira and her, they were not stars when they first came on the network. Like Kevin Pereira was on like the Versus, what was it called? Like the, it wasn't Versus.
He was on a screensaver.
Arena. No, he was on.
Yeah.
He was on Arena, and then Olivia Munn was on like a driving show. I think I forget what the fuck it was called.
It was like
It's
Drift or something.
Cars. Yeah, something about cars. So it was cool to see them both like work their way up, G4 and like become stars. I mean, obviously Olivia Munn more than Kevin Pereira, but yeah.
Dude, if you want to see something that still works to this day, go look at that gif of fucking Olivia Munn eating like 100 fucking hot dogs or putting them all in her mouth. That shit is fucking hilarious and hot as fuck. Yeah. I love it.
What's kind of cool
Good.
is that Olivia Munn's got a movie coming out where she's like the head, like the star of the movie. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Violet. No, that's not Violet. It's something, and it looks pretty fucking intense. Is it Violet?
She should be a fucking movie star. Like, fuck you to Fox because her Psylocke was fucking trash, but it wasn't her fault. They didn't give her enough to fucking work with.
Yeah, she barely had any lines.
I know. Like, that fucking sucked, man.
She definitely had the look down. That's what got him.
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and supposedly she put a whole lot of time and effort into, like, the sword training and, doing the martial arts classes or whatever, just to have the look, like the movements. Like, but it didn't work for the movie, or they cut it from the movie.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because she goes off on her sword twirling skills, like on Twitter or Instagram, and like she knocks over a painting behind her because she gets too much into it. It's fucking hilarious. And then someone edited it to where she's wielding a lightsaber and like sets the place on fire. It's fucking awesome. Awesome. But yeah, Candace Bailey, she just didn't have the same energy that Olivia did. Olivia had all kinds of crazy fucking energy. She was bouncing all over the set. She was kind of everywhere. One of my favorite segments was In Your Pants with Anna David.
Yeah.
Where the two of them would talk about sex. It was kind of like Love Line, but it was just the two of them. And it was like a 10-minute segment, but they went into some hardcore shit. And it was hella funny because Olivia Munn kept talking about fucking porn like all the time, and it was fucking hilarious because she would just make hella crazy jokes about just like people nutting.
Damn, dude.
Nutting.
Well, yeah, but man, back in the day when when Kronos turned me onto the show, like I went down to San Diego to hang out with him and stuff like that. He turned me onto the show, and like I think that's when the show was at its fucking prime because we had Olivia Munn, we had fucking what's her name, Layla Kaylee doing the fucking top trending stuff, which is fucking amazing. But then there was also was it? No, I want to say his name was Will.i.am, but it's not Will.i.am. It was something. There's a black guy on the show that used to go over like tech stuff.
Check the bullet point, bitches.
Yeah, that guy was fucking great. Like he would go over tech stuff, but then also they had like the movie Rapid Fires with the guy doing the movie reviews,
Yeah.
and they also had like
Tuesday.
then they also had like one on anime, that was kind of fucking cool. Like this was when the show was like an hour long, and then eventually they cut it down to 30 minutes. But when it was an hour long, man, that shit just had so much goddamn content. That was so much fun.
Hell yeah, man. That shit was awesome. All right. Where should we go next?
What is on the list? I gotta look.
Well, I kind of wanted to. So, Disney dropped this show called it's called Live in Front of a Studio Audience, And basically what they're doing is they're recreating old school TV shows. They'll shoot like a live episode of a like recently they did Facts of Life and Different Strokes. And they'll cast other people as like the original characters. And it's actually pretty good. Like the for a Different Stroke they had Kevin Hart playing Kevin Arnold and not Kevin Arnold, that's fucking goddamn what's the name?
Wonder. You talking about Wonder Years?
Yeah, it's Wonder Years. What was
Gary
the name of
Coleman.
his
Gary
He
Coleman.
played Gary Coleman that character, but what was his character's name? It was Aaron or
It's
shit,
the what,
I
you
can't
talk, the what you talk about
what
Willis.
you talking about Willis? Yeah. And then one of the Wayne's brothers, is it Damian Wayne, played the older brother, but then Snoop Dogg was in it as well, playing like one of his friends. Like they did a really good job of casting people, but they also brought so the first episode has Facts of Life, and Gabrielle Union plays Tootie, and she plays a really good Tootie. Like holy shit! Like I almost thought I thought they somehow de-aged Tootie to have her play that role, but the person who really killed it was fucking Agatha, the actress who played Agatha. She's on there. She plays Joe, and she fucking kills it at Joe. Like she has a whole mannerism. She had like the tough tomboy look, even though she looks very fucking frail. She like has her hair back in a ponytail. Like the episode was actually really well done. And like there's somebody else that comes in that plays Mrs. Garrett, but I didn't know that Facts of Life and Different Stroke they kind of tie into each other because Mrs. Garrett is in both shows.
Oh, I didn't
Which
know
I was like,
that.
wait, really? I did not know that.
There's a couple of crossover episodes where Arnold and his brother show up on Facts of Life and vice versa. So, Kim Fields is on Different Stroke for like a quick hot minute.
Yeah. But I guess this is going to be like an ongoing thing, so they're going to be recreating some other old school TV shows that they're going to air on Disney Plus. But I guess Jimmy Kimmel's kind of like the host of it all, but it's all allegedly filmed live in front of a studio audience. So, and they don't use that cheesy laugh track that have like people who's been dead for like 50 years. They actually have the audience participate in it. But overall, it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty funny what they did, and the nostalgia of it all was kind of cool too.
So what you
I recommend people checking that out.
Hold on, what you described real quick reminded me of. Remember Rock, the TV show?
Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to do that live. I think it was like the last season they did totally live, and it was like that at the time. I don't think it had ever been done before, where they're doing it live in front of like a studio audience, and I thought that shit was amazing. Like seeing them actually do it live was cool as fuck.
That was a great show.
Yep. It was interesting. Like nobody really fucked up. I mean, there's a scene where Agatha basically trying to get Jennifer, because then Jennifer Aniston's in it too. She plays God, what's her name? Blair. And speaking of Blair, the actress who played Blair from the original, like way back Facts of Life, dude, she can still get it. Like goddamn, she looks like she is ageless, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Like she doesn't look like she's aged at all. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, there's some scenes where Agatha was trying to get Jennifer Aniston to laugh, and she kind of got her to do it, but Jennifer Aniston was able to stay in character. But overall, I thought it was a lot of fun to watch.
I might have to check that one out. I mean, if they do like something like Three's Company, that shit was my fucking favorite back in the day. Goddamn, that shit worked.
That's just so funny. I kind of want to take the wheel a little bit. I got to pull Blue in with me because I think we're the only two that have been watching this show, which is The Flash. The Flash is back with season 8, and they just did a 5-episode crossover. Blue, did you get a chance to finish?
Yes, I've watched them all.
So, what were your thoughts on the crossover?
I thought it was pretty good. I like what they did there, and like we had the reverse Flashpoint paradox, which was kind of cool, and like how everything kind of got fucked up from there. But the one issue I did have is that like with it was kind of weird to see what's the name in the Flash suit. Like that kind of threw me off. Like he seems like he's too old to be in the Flash suit, but I mean he is the reverse Flash, so I mean it kind of makes sense. But I don't know. What was your take on it?
I liked how the first couple episodes went because it was really kind of dark, kind of fucked up shit. Because like from the audience's point of view, it looks like Barry might be going crazy,
Yeah.
and you don't know what's going on because all of a sudden, and then he wakes up from it, and like there's destruction, and his friends are trying to kill him. And they're like, he's like, dude, what are you guys doing? You're like, dude, you just tried to kill this person, that person. Look what's in your hand. He's got like weapons or whatever. And it's just like, you know, you need to calm down. Like, how do we know that your back is up? It's super crazy. And then when like it unfolds, like reverse fast, like totally fucked over his life. Like, and he does it over the pettiest shit. It's so good. He's super petty that he destroys his whole life with it. It's great. He's my favorite Flash villain of the TV show. I mean, he should be of the comics, but I mean, I feel like there's a lot more other worthy villains.
The thing that was interesting was that like, you know, the whole situation with Joe. Like, I was like, wait, did we ever see Joe after the fucking car exploded like last season? Like, I was kind of confused. Like, did we lose Joe? Like, because I know the actor who played Joe was gone for a little bit just because he had like back surgery or some shit. And yeah, I was like, did he retire? Like, had he done acting? Like, did they just fucking kill him off and not like give him the proper fucking barrel or whatever? So yeah, Joe was fucking dead. I was like, holy shit! Like, yeah. Joe is basically like Iris is the Flash's lightning rod, but Joe is fucking Barry's goddamn compass. Like, like he's a guy who keeps Barry doing like the good shit. Like he's the true fucking black father figure of almost not of all times, but like he took in a kid and he let that kid
a white kid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was weird. He does survive the explosion. There's like an episode or two after. That's when you find out the chick that was the Native American lady has like meta powers that she didn't know about. Yeah, so Joe kind of helps her with that. But then, like, yeah, when we start off, we don't see Joe, and then when the moment that Barry mentions Joe, everyone goes off on him. Everyone like fucking freaks out on him. He's like, "What are you talking about?" And he tries to call him and shit. He's like, "What are you talking about? I just saw him." He's like, "No, Joe's been dead for months." He's like, "Oh shit, something's wrong." You did fucking eulogy. Yeah, he's like, "Something's totally wrong. I don't remember doing none of that shit." And to figure it out, I'm like, dude, I'm actually intrigued now. Like, what the fuck happened to Joe? Like, we didn't see what happened, and then Iris seems to go back and like try to investigate, and then we find out the truth. It was super crazy.
But what's also crazy is that, like, you know, this was a 5-part episode or 5-part like miniseries or whatever. But episode 4, it seems like everything was fucking done and wrapped. Like, then the 5th episode dropped. You're like, wait, y'all guys already figured out what's going on? Like, what's the problem? And all of a sudden, just shit kind of just go downhill one more time.
One more again. So I think they started off season 8 very, very well. I like this crossover. It was kind of. It gave us some different perspective of what was going on. It felt like real danger. I mean, someone was practically dead. Like a beloved character was dead for a little bit. So they had to like fix some shit. We had Petty as Reverse Flash doing some crazy shit. We get to see characters from like all over the Arrowverse coming in help out. So we got to see 2 different versions of the Atom. We saw Cho's character and Ray Palmer. So it was pretty good. It was very, very fun. I liked it. Hopefully they continue that same energy.
You know what's kind of crazy? It's like somebody brought up how like, so there's 2 guys sitting down having a conversation about the Flash. Talk about how like, oh, the Flash is OP. Like, you know, he can do all this shit and like he can take out people like in a microsecond or whatever, right? But the other guy broke down like, yeah, but like, you know, this guy is constantly thinking at super fucking speed. Like, everything he does is just super fucking fast. For him to have a conversation with a person, like, he literally has to fucking... Like, it's got to be painful for him to listen to somebody talk. Like, even if they're giving directions, like, that's just got to be super painful for him because his mind is just working so fucking fast. But then, like, you know, the other guy had talked about how, like, the Flash can go back in time and change things to make things better. But once he comes back, like, he's the only one that remembers that previous... world, so like, you know, he's got to constantly keep up to date with like what how things were and how things are now, and then like having to do with like people fucking dying and maybe coming back and like constantly thinking about like, okay, this person died and like I brought him back or something like that. Like, it has to suck to be the fucking Flash.
And we see that in that episode, like literally in the 5th episode, he comes back and everyone's just like, "Oh, you were out doing something." He's like, "Oh, you guys are alive." He's like, "What are you?" They're like, "What are you talking about?" Like Joe's been here this whole time, and they don't know anything about what happened after him fixing. He's the only one who saw and witnessed it. He basically has a breakdown, which is good to see because he did go through a lot of shit. So, I was with it.
One thing with this season 2 or with this episode 2 is that Flash got some fucking golden boots added to his wardrobe. So I think I can't remember what there's the comic that where Flash is get his golden boots. Basically, he needed these boots to be able to like extinguish the flames of Agraroth or something like that. But yeah, they updated his costume. It looks fucking bad. I mean, that's the one cool thing about the Flash series is that the costume for the Flash is just fucking dope as hell. Like they do a really good job of the costume creations for this show.
Dude, y'all making me excited, man. I need to get back into this series.
Yeah, I mean,
is Iris still the finest thing ever?
Oh, that's tough because there's some pretty. I mean, the daughter is pretty bad.
Oh yeah,
she's pretty fine. Allegra's pretty cute. Cecile's bad as hell.
Yeah.
Ooh, she bad as hell.
Cecile makes me think of homegirl from Family Matters that had the thing for Urkel.
Oh yeah,
that
Myrtle.
That's her. That is her.
Myrtle.
That's her.
No, that's not her. That girl passed away.
Oh no. I know, but she is on Family Matters though.
But yeah, that chick.
She's not the same. Yeah, she was on Family Matters and now she's on this. But she's bad too. Even Arrow's daughter, she's pretty bad too. Mia Queen.
But Iris is still that black girl magic. Like there's no. She holds it down.
She does hold it down, but Cecile's right there though, because Cecile's pretty bad. God dang. But yeah, you can watch the first 5 episodes of this crossover on the CW app, so it's free. So there you go.
I think the other seasons are available on Netflix.
They're on Netflix. That's correct.
I got a question for you, Blue. I hear that they're bringing back Michael Keaton as Batman on
the
new Batgirl movie
or show. What? Oh, Batgirl. Ooh.
Yeah,
wait, the
Batgirl.
show? No.
Yeah.
Batwoman.
I think Batgirl.
Oh, that's right. HBO Max they're making Batgirl. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about this? You happy? You excited? You're angry?
Well, I know with the Flash movie that they're working on, we got Michael Keaton coming back to reprise his role as Batman. So I don't know. I have to wait and see, man. Because this is going to be on HBO Max, so they're going to have a little bit more money in their budget. So, and Batgirl is more of an established actor for Batman, but I think Michael Keaton did a really good job as Batman. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it as long as they do the story right, like. And I don't want him fucking Batgirl. Like, we gotta leave that shit out of the.
Damn.
We gotta leave that shit on the cutting room floor or something like that, or say that shit fucking OnlyFans.
But it's comic accurate though.
it would be. It would be.
So,
it is.
Why you hate
it?
It's comic accurate. It's fucking. Even Batman Beyond, they talk about that. So, yeah.
My only concern is, and I love Keaton in those first 2 Batman movies, Batman and Batman Returns. Yeah, he was really good, especially for that time. But dude, I was like 9 years old when that shit dropped.
Yeah, she doesn't age right.
It's been a minute. I mean, my only thing is, will this 70-year-old Batman be older than Gordon?
I mean,
that's true.
It's okay.
I mean, that could look weird to me if he's noticeably older.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they say he's coming back as Batman, or is he coming back as
Batman?
I mean, he could be, Thomas Wayne Batman.
Could.
Which would make sense. Or the Batman and Batman Beyond.
That would be fun. Now, I would be all over a old ass Bruce Wayne, with a cane, got the dog from Batman Beyond. I'd be all over that.
But with Batman Beyond though, Barbara Gordon is the new commissioner of Gordon, and she's old as fuck too because she's got gray hair. So
hey, because you got gray hair doesn't mean you're old as fuck. I'm just saying.
I guess that's true, but I mean, Batman had gray ass hair. No, but no, I'm looking forward to this. Like if they put the budget that they have for HBO Max, I mean this could be pretty good. I mean HBO has some pretty good fucking shows, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, there's no.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give it my 3-episode fucking limit. If it's garbage, I'm gonna stop watching it, and I'm gonna trash it like I did with Teen Titans. Or not Teen Titans. Titans.
You only watched 3 episodes of Titans?
Well, I watched 3 episodes of Titans. They were all garbage, and then I watched the season finale, and I was like, okay, they fucking Bukaki fucking back Stargirl or Starfire. Anyway, no, I actually watched the first episode of season 2 because that's when they is that when they brought in Beast Boy?
No,
Beast Boy came in season 2, right? Or was he season 1?
Season 1. He's season 1.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Nope.
But
somebody told me I gotta watch Doom Patrol because I heard that's really good.
Heard that was good too. So, speaking of HBO Max, if you're watching the podcast right now, why aren't you watching The Matrix? I'm just saying. I'll just watch The Matrix. So you fucking listen to this recorded. Watch The Matrix, all right? I have not watched The Matrix. If it sucks, I don't give a shit. Watch it anyway. I'm going to watch it anyway. I'm looking at it on Metacritic, and it definitely has mixed reviews. It has more positive than mixed reviews, and on the user score, it's mostly negative, keep it 100 with you. So I don't know how it's going to be, but I still enjoy what I saw in the trailers. I still think it looks better than the last 2 Matrix movies. I think this could be the Wachowski, not the Wachowskis. Like it's English. I think it's just Lana on this one.
Yeah, it's singular.
Yeah, just
one of the sisters doing this. So, but it still looked like back to their old form. So I have high hopes for this movie, even if it kind of sucks. I'm still gonna fucking enjoy it. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. So if you haven't watched it yet and you have HBO Max and you're watching this podcast, thank you very much for watching this live and not watching that yet, but definitely watch it when you can, because if you listen to this podcast, you should be a fan of The Matrix. So
You know what? Looking at Cronus' screen, your video feed is a little bit on the greener side. Are you sure you're not in Matrix?
I'm always in Matrix.
Oh damn!
That's a fucking telltale sign, man.
Yeah.
Actually, mine's kind of green too. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh shit! About to get sucked in. Blue, you watched it today, did you not?
So I watched the first half. So my son was in daycare. My wife was at work, and work is slow right now because of the holidays. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna power watch the fucking Matrix. I had to have my sound system fucking turned up because when my little guy is here, I kind of have it turned down, so don't want to wake him up and stuff like that. But I almost had to shut at 11 if I could. So it was 11 on there. Actually, my thing goes from 0 to 100, so I could have it up to 100. So
it goes like negative.
It was the 80s.
it goes like from 0 to like negative 100. So it's like really fucking weird for like most stereos,
Yeah, it's so weird. I guess it's on audible levels, but yeah, like I'm halfway through it, and so far I'm enjoying it. Like because I've actually liked the first or the last 2 ones too. I thought they were just, I mean, they're not perfect, but they tie into the story, and we get to see like fucking Neo fighting Mr. Smith, like a bunch of billions of Mr. Smiths and this and that. Like this whole storyline just made sense to me. But yeah, so far I'm liking the new version, and they're I don't want to get any spoilers because they just dropped today, but I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Even though I've heard people say like, no, this is bad, like this is garbage. I'm like, no, I'm actually enjoying it. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I finished it this morning.
Oh, okay.
So, it's way long. So you need to set aside some time. It's like damn near 2 hours and 40 minutes almost.
Yeah, it is.
So it's a long ass fucking film, but they cover a lot of shit.
They do.
So I feel like this is a culturally divided movie. Like I feel like if you didn't grow up, if you weren't a teenager watching Matrix, you probably won't like fully accept this latest rendition impact that the movie had back then, because you grew up with watching movies that emulated it, so it was like, commonplace for wire work and crazy stunts and stuff. But the movie, it doesn't do anything like technologically new, but it is definitely more story based, I will say. And it's weird because it acknowledges its impact on society. I'll say that much.
Here's my question. This is not spoiling shit. So is fine ass Carrie Ann Moss, like, is she still just bad and sexy and, doing her thing? Like, does she do a good job in it?
Yeah, but she's not wearing like the outfits. So, she's wearing like jeans and like a biker jacket. So
ain't no leather?
No, I mean there is, but like for the 90% of the movie, it's like jeans, and she looks like a mom. I mean, like a hot MILF, but it's not. She's not wearing like the fetish gear. Oh. If you're looking for that, you gotta. There's other. I mean, I was all about Jessica Henwick with her blue hair because I was dope. I mean, she's not wearing fetish gear either, but she's still hella bad.
Honestly, though, Carrie-Anne Moss today looks better than she did back then.
Yeah, that's what I was excited about.
It's fucking weird, but yeah, she really. I mean, because she went from like a supermodel body, which to me is not extremely attractive, to like, I mean, she's not thick, but she definitely has some hips on her.
Yeah.
She has some booty too, and she looks like more of like a real like person. She's not malnourished or something like that.
Yeah, she damn near looks good. She can still get it, but she's not wearing fetish gear. So there you go.
I was looking forward to a little bit of leather and some,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Won't necessarily be her.
Yeah, she definitely looks fly as fuck in this movie.
Cool.
Yeah, she's still bad, but it's just like she dresses like. She dresses like the MILFs that you see in San Francisco, like that are vacationing or sightseeing or whatever. So it's nothing super ultra sexy, but she's she can still get it.
There was nothing.
She still got the black hair and blue eyes, which is
it's still cool. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that the movie covers, which I like. So
and they explain a lot of fucking shit too, which. Like, how come some people aren't there and like this and that? Like, it all fucking makes fucking sense. But if you're a fan of the series, like even if you kind of also have to have like the Animatrix too to understand kind of a little bit more of the backstory. You also have to play the game. So if you ever played what's it called, like Enter the Matrix?
It's called Enter the Matrix. Yeah. There's also Matrix Online. There's a little bit of that there too.
Yeah, so all that stuff fucking ties into this, which is kind of
It does, but I mean, they still kind of spell out a lot of shit for you. So they literally laid a lot of stuff bare. Even the ending of was it Resolutions or whatever, or Revolutions? Even that is played up in this one very early in the film too. It's kind of funny, but there's a lot of stuff explained. I'll wait for the rest of y'all to watch it. I enjoyed the film. It's because I was there, I was there watching it in the theater. I think if you grew up watching it in the 2000s and whatnot, you're probably just not, it's not going to hit the same way.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to pop it this either tonight or tomorrow.
Maybe. I was going to say one cool thing, but I fucking forgot what it was. But
then it wasn't that cool.
It wasn't that fucking cool.
Damn.
But no, so one of my favorite things about the whole entire fucking Matrix franchise is that Neil's character is Thomas Anderson, and like Mr. Smith always called him Mr. Anderson, and I love that fucking. I would get that all the goddamn time, like Mr. Anderson.
I will.
You won't say shit.
No, I can say there's an analogy. I mean,
no, you.
You almost made you spill my yak.
There you go. That's my analogy.
You really need to invest in a better internet connection, man.
Oh yeah, I got it set up. I already have my thing set up. I just haven't hooked it up.
Really?
It's not hooked up.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
It's right there.
It's right there. The new internet's just not hooked up in the back.
No, it's not hooked up.
Okay, nerds, listen to this podcast right now. Who the fuck gets a new internet that's faster than the shit that you had, and you don't hook it up immediately?
No. It's a Wi-Fi extender. So I had it hooked up for a little
okay.
bit.
Okay.
Let me ask y'all this: who's watched? I know it just dropped too, but Witcher 2 season 2. Any episodes been watched?
Oh yes, I'm on episode 4, maybe 5, I think.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
Just
okay.
saying.
Damn.
No spoilers, but tell me what you think so far, man.
I'm liking it so far. I started watching, the last season. I watched the first couple episodes just to kind of get a refresher, and then we didn't make it all the way through, so we had to watch a recap episode of The Witcher just to remember some shit. But yeah, it's really cool to like have another cool song that's slightly a banger on this, and
Wait.
it's not quite as good as Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, but it's up there. It's up there. And, and it's cool to see, Ciri sort of like becoming like doing her training to become a Witcher. So in The Witcher 3, so if you play The Witcher 3, it's getting more into the territory that you're probably more familiar with. Because, I mean, Ciri being at Comorin is in The Witcher 3 and stuff like that, so you're familiar with some of these characters. Some of these characters having a Vesemir looking like Vesemir, as I would imagine him anyway, in the show is really cool. There's a lot in the show so far. It's just as good as the last season, as far as I'm concerned. So far, it's really enjoyable, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be like a weird time thing that they had in the last one. Hopefully,
Oh yeah, that shit threw me off.
Yeah.
Is my girl? I know Yennefer's got to be in it heavy, but what about Triss Marigold? Because she wasn't in season 1 very much.
She is in it, but she doesn't look like Triss that I remember. She's like this.
I've seen the memes.
Attractive woman, but it's not. I gotta look at the pictures, but I'm pretty sure. Look up Triss Marigold from The Witcher.
Some of the memes I saw said like the first thing the Witcher trained her with was darkening her eyebrows because.
Oh, for Ciri, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Triss in the movie or in the show looks nothing like the game.
Oh yeah, we knew that.
It's okay because she's still very attractive. So.
But is she in season 2 more though? Because season 1 she was barely in.
She's definitely in this season, and she definitely has a tie-in with Ciri, and Calmorin, and you already know her shit like she does with Ciri.
She's
she
was the daughter, right? She was like the daughter of the tribe that got fucking like raided, right?
Ciri, yes.
Okay.
But not Triss is like a sorceress, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call them in The Witcher? I forget what the names of their. Do they even have a name? They're basically fucking witches.
Yeah, there's
I know. Homegirl went from having a goddamn hunchback to being fucking fine as hell. So
that glow,
sorcery, magic, fucking makeup. I don't give a fuck.
Her eyes.
That glow up for Yennefer was world class. She was Quasimodo for like 3 episodes. And then she was the baddest woman on the screen. I was like, God damn.
I think
beauty?
Just throwing it around too.
It was her eyes, like the way. I don't know how they did her. So you can obviously tell.
Yeah,
so first of all, this is one of my big gripes about The Witcher. Okay, it's big, but it's a small gripe, to be honest. The way they did the eyes of Geralt of Rivia, it's not like The Witcher. It's just not. Yes, his eyes are yellow, but doesn't have fucking cat eyes. And 100% you can tell that he's wearing contacts. Okay?
Yeah.
But when it comes to
Yennefer,
the way that they do her eyes, I don't know if it's CGI or what, but god damn. Like her eyes, like her violet eyes look fantastic. I don't know what kind of contacts they're using with her or if it's CGI, but please do that with Geralt and make him fucking have cat eyes and make it look realistic because you can tell that he's wearing contacts. And they're not cat eyes, so...
Nah.
That's kind of like how it was for fucking for Aquaman. Not like Aquaman in the not the Snyder cut, but the original version of Justice League. Like you could tell he was wearing fucking contacts, but then like the Snyder cut, it looks fucking deep.
Yeah, that shit worked. But yeah, I'm down for. Is it like 9-10 episodes? I think, right?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't look at the how many episodes there were, but I'm just enjoying what I'm seeing, and they're doing a whole other Witcher show, called like Blood something, and it's with
Michelle Yeoh, baby.
Yes, with Michelle
Holy
Yeoh.
shit.
Blood Origin.
Yeah, and it's all like it's mostly elves. It looks like this the main group. So I think it's gonna show like how the elves went away, in the Witcher like universe. So it looks really good. So, but it's only a trailer, but I think it's cool they're giving us more Witcher content.
Hell yeah!
So season 2 is only 8 episodes.
No, that's still more than season 1. I think season 1 was like 6, right?
No, season 1 was 8 as well.
Oh, I'm tripping. Okay, still, I'm just glad to get it back.
Sorry,
man. It feels like it's been too long.
The Witcher Blood Origin is what it's called. It's going to be on Netflix. It's live action with Michelle Yeoh, and it's 1,200 years before Geralt of Rivia.
I love it. I'm fucking down, man.
Do you ever watch the animated one, The Witcher, The Nightmare of the Wolf?
Yes.
Watch that one.
It was good. I just finished it last night too, before I watched Matrix.
Damn.
I know that Witcher got picked up for season 3, which is great.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
But Cowboy Bebop did not get picked up for season 2. Wait, did anybody watch Cowboy Bebop other than myself? Like all the way through?
One. I'm gonna finish it, but I only watched the first one.
So like I thought it was. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't great, but like I was really expecting a season 2. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. I had fun. I had fun. It wasn't the worst anime adaptation of a show that I've seen, definitely. But it was fun. It was fun. They took some of the elements, had fun with it, did a relative decent job. But yeah, it is what it is. But kind of sucks they get the season 2.
You know I'm a big One Piece guy. They're doing a live action one.
What is that? Is that a show? Is that a card?
Wait.
I don't understand.
Is that an order from KFC? Can I get that One Piece?
One Piece, just one rib.
Hey, is One Piece like a type of pie? Like
Slice. They're doing a live action one. Shout out to the actors. The actors seem like decent people, decent young folks. But even without a trailer, I know it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be real rough.
Yeah.
Some things just don't translate that well.
America has not made a successful anime adaptation of an anime. I mean, because live action, like the Bleach one was actually pretty good, but I think it was only one episode of that.
Yeah, that was Japanese though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Japan, they can do this shit. Like there's an anime called Eraser. I watched the live action one first, and I thought that was good. Then I saw the anime. But then I did the same thing for the live action version of Death Note, for the Japanese version.
Well, I mean,
I thought that was really good.
This is the weird thing. So when you talk about, especially Cowboy Bebop, it's almost like an inception of a show. So you're having a show that is basically a love letter to Western culture from Japan. Then you're going to remake that show from a Western aspect as a love letter to Western culture. Like it doesn't really, there's problems there, already from the get go. But the first episode I still liked. But yeah, it's just it's weird that I don't think that the vast majority of directors and even actors are really going to understand like the motivations of Japanese culture emulating American culture. Like I think with other shows you might have a better time doing it, but in Cowboy Bebop and like other shows, even like Samurai Champloo would be kind of weird because they have like this whole Edo era samurais doing badass shit, but it's also heavily infused with like hip hop culture.
Yep.
And it'd be really weird for that to come across to an American audience and not seem sort of racist, even though it's not. As if you watch the anime, it's like it's not racist at all. It's just like showing their love for hip hop.
To me, the thing that's really tough with anime though is, in terms of an adaptation, you have these points where it's like incredibly silly, like just slapstick, funny, drop down, like crazy silly, and then it can go to incredibly serious or incredibly dramatic or whatever. But those beats from an animation standpoint, and they don't always translate. Like even the facial expressions or why that nose is bleeding, or what I mean. Like some things don't just work as well in live action. Like if you see a live action person and their nose is bleeding, you don't automatically think, oh, that person must be super turned on by that hot ass sexy woman. You know what I mean? Like you just don't.
You're like, I didn't get a tissue.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't. Not everything translates as well, but you know, as an anime fan, you'll still kind of watch and give it a chance. But we've been burned a lot. We just have.
Oh yeah. Scorch.
Yeah, man. So anyway.
Well, even like with video games, like video game movies, the same fucking avenue. Like I mean, there's been a few that's been pretty good. Like for example, we talked about Sonic earlier. That was a pretty good video game adaptation of things. But like,
and The Witcher, even though it was a book, but whatever.
Yeah, but then like the Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I mean, there was the one HBO Max.
Yeah, the new one.
But it was so bad to me.
I liked it.
The new movie wasn't. I mean, it was fun. You know what I mean? It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. But I tell you what, though, did you see the Scorpion's Revenge that came out the same year?
The anime, right?
Yeah.
The animated one was actually better.
Oh yeah.
So but shout out to Detective Pikachu. When you talk about video game ones, that one fucking worked.
It did. It really did.
Angry Birds made probably the most money as a video game movie.
That shit was great. And they're going to do Fortnite the movie. You can already count on it.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I don't... It's all bad.
Oh,
I think Fortnite would probably be like one of those... What was it? It kind of would be kind of like Wreck-It Ralph, where they like pay all these like different avenues to be able to bring their IPs into this universe. Because Fortnite, like... But they got Spider-Man in there right now. They got fucking DC characters. Like Fortnite has so many different fucking avenues that are pulled into that goddamn series that they would have to pay a buttload of money for fucking copyright. Like I'm pretty sure they have to pay fucking Ariana Grande and what's that guy's fucking name who did the show?
Travis Scott, who got kicked out.
Scott. Yeah, they have to pay them fucking money to have this.
I mean,
like be on it.
Fortnite has a campaign story mode.
Yeah, they do.
So
never forget
That's a
how
fucking Far Cry movie.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sorry. So the Far Cry movie is directed by Dr. Uwe Boll.
Oh.
So.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
All right, that's all you gotta say.
That's why I'm stopping right
Why you gotta
there.
put doctor in front of his name? I'm just saying.
I like to see Dr. Dre. I was like, oh shit.
Because he has a doctorate.
I don't give a shit. It wasn't in directing, now was it?
Damn.
Did y'all hear that Henry Cavill, like he's been talking all kind of shit on this internet.
What?
He's been saying that he's very much interested in trying to be John Marston if they do a Red Dead movie, or Commander fucking Shepard if they do a Mass Effect movie or a TV series.
They're doing the Mass Effect series, but they haven't picked a Shepard. And then he wants to do Warhammer.
I was like, man, this guy, he's got some nerd credentials, obviously, and he certainly wants to play some leads. And I'm like, you know what? Especially based on, Superman and Geralt, I'm down. Like, let him fucking do it all.
I mean, and he's an actual nerd, so.
Yeah, like.
He can build his own computer.
Yeah, he did like a YouTube video, right, where he talked about building his own fucking computer.
Yeah, and he paints his own computer. And he paints his own like Warhammer 40,000 figurines. Mm-hmm. That's like very meticulous because they're fucking small as shit. I used to do that when I was a kid too. Obviously he's an adult, so am I. I ain't doing that shit no more. But also he has more free time than me, so yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm down. I can see it.
It's funny. My sister-in-law, she started watching Witcher just because Henry
Cavill.
Having him, I was gonna say fuck it, Kevin Conroy, but yeah, Kevin Conroy's in it. But yeah, she started watching it just because he's in it, and she's got I gotta give her a little credit because she actually plays D&D. Like her and her friends play D&D weekly. I'm like, you know what? I'm a 40-plus-year-old man, and I've never played fucking D&D in my whole goddamn entire life. Like I even asked her how can I fucking join? 'Cause I want to play. Like I want to play because we got Stranger Things. They talk about it. We talk about it here on the podcast, and we got the fucking Dungeon Dice. Like everybody keeps talking about it, but when I was growing up as a kid, that shit wasn't in my world.
We should do it with pre-recorded live. That's the last time I played D&D. Is actually over at Pre-Recorded Lives place. We played like a very short session of D&D, but yeah, they're all about it. I used to play D&D when I was like a little kid too. So
that shit was controversial back in the day.
Well, yeah, back in the 80s it was,
witchcraft.
yeah, because they were trying to say you're summoning the devil or some shit like that, and you had silly people like Tipper Gore and the Throat Goat talking about how
You know what's crazy is that like back in the days like people used to like I'm talking about like way back in the fucking days where like you take a picture of somebody and think you're capturing their soul, and here we were like maybe I guess it was like more like 40 years ago, like playing like a. Actually, not even that. Was even the Harry Potter books, like motherfuckers were talking about how, like, oh, that's a devil's book, and this is blah blah blah. Like, we still got those people out there that aren't. I guess even nowadays, with like even like with the COVID vaccines, like they're talking about people putting chips in you and this and that. Like, there's always gonna be that fucking that controversy shit out there. Like the motherfuckers that's not looking at the big picture.
The thing that got me was. Okay, D&D had all this controversy around it, and summoning this and magic evil, blah blah blah. But you had like the Ouija board didn't get that much heat. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like D&D got more heat than the Ouija board.
No, it's not the Ouija board didn't get enough heat. It's the priests raping little boys children didn't get enough heat. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That, these religious organizations want to talk shit about summoning the devil. Meanwhile, they're raping little boys and little girls in the back of fucking pews and shit like that. So yeah, it's it's the shell game of don't look over here, look over there. So
yep.
Yeah.
Dig up schedule.
Going on Grindr and finding 15-year-olds.
Yep. And if y'all find that disturbing, then take it up to the church, not with me. So
yeah. Those are facts.
Yeah, those are 100% facts. And the fact that they decided to move around all those fucking disgusting ass priests that are raping kids and shit like that to hide them, those are all facts.
Yeah, but also I'll say this too. I mean, remember, law enforcement and the FBI didn't do a really hardcore job either. Like, like these are, you know who these people are, and they moved from Boston to New Mexico. Like, you got jurisdiction, you could bust that ass, but. A lot of times they look the other fucking way too.
No. Well, they looked a certain way. They were like, oh, well, there was a black kid smoking weed, so throw them in jail.
Yeah.
Not somebody that raped a kid. So
yeah.
And then we wonder why. And then we wonder why there's a serious issue with pedophilia in America, at the highest levels, because they were looking at the wrong things. Maybe pay less attention to people doing, petty drug crimes, and pay more attention to people that were destroying children's lives.
Yep. And
that's why
don't write books about don't write books where you're going off against black men as well, innocent ones.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of wish there was a real Punisher out there, like somebody.
There you go.
And it wins. Like, okay, you did this.
Well, speaking of the Punisher, they recently had to change his logo. Recently, I don't know if y'all saw it, but they changed his logo, and people are like up in arms about it. I'm like. Okay, so if you're up in arms about it, then go directly to the police. They're the ones that caused them to change the logo, because a lot of these police departments were having these bad police officers using this Punisher logo for nefarious means of like just punishing people. Listen, if you're a police officer listening to this podcast, you are not a Punisher. You are a police officer. You uphold the law. You protect and serve. You don't punish people. Punishment is passed down by judges and juries and shit like that. You are not judge, jury, and executioner. You can take somebody to jail, and if somebody's directly harming somebody, yeah, you have certain rights that you can injure somebody or possibly take a life. But your job out there is not to just punish people. It's to make sure they abide by the law. If they don't, you take them to jail so they can be so they can have a jury of their peers convict them or not convict them of a crime. So it's easy as that.
The fictional character of Frank Castle also hunted and killed certain cops in the fictional Marvel world.
Yes, he did.
Like, let's just be clear. It was always a really, really dumb and non-comic based, and non-logical kind of abuse of that symbol and whatnot. And I will say this: he was a cool, popular fucking character. You know what I mean? He's still an awesome fucking character in terms of a really dark anti-hero and whatnot. But, you know, when real life starts to bleed in and you got some heinous shit going on, yeah, I could see a billion-dollar company like, you know, Marvel under Disney wanting to go a different direction. I get it.
Well, I don't.
Also with the Punisher is that he was a flawed character too, because there was a lot of people out there that like would use like what he would do to try to take out people who were kind of on the innocent side, like in the Spider-Man franchise, like he tried to kill Spider-Man because of some shit they thought he killed Peter Parker. That's what the storyline was, that Spider-Man killed Peter Parker, and so the Punisher was out there trying to kill Spider-Man. It's like, dude, I am Peter Parker.
Yeah, and it's also hilarious is that Frank Castle was never a police officer. Actually, no, wait, hold on.
He wasn't an FBI agent or something like that?
He hold on, maybe he was. No, he was a police officer, but he was a Marine, and then his family got killed, and then he decided to become a vigilante. That's the thing. Yeah. He was a vigilante, so he's definitely was not doing any of his duties as the Punisher, and also being a police officer. So yeah, people just will pick up that shit and just run with it, and like, yeah, just punish people. Like, if you want to punish people, you know, turn in your badge, because that's not what your job is.
Yep. What does the new symbol look like? I haven't even seen it. Can you put it on?
It's kind of weird looking. Let me upload it.
It kind of looks like a bull, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's skull, but there's horns on it.
It made me think of the first thing that popped in my head was Bleach, like Ichigo's character, like his God, what's the name of the death sights? Not death sights. Form. God, I think what the form's called.
Yeah, I'll pull it up for you right now. Hold on, so everybody can see. Oh, actually, hold on. What it looks like. Let me see if I can share a tab. How do I do this?
So that's a new Devil Skull logo.
I don't know.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay, I do see it.
So it looks like it almost looks like the Punisher with like from the car. What's the guy's name? I forget the kid's name.
Rodriguez. No, oh God, what's his name?
Is it Miguel? No.
I can think Miguel too, but yeah.
Oh, because he was on fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Jaime Reyes?
Oh, Robbie Reyes.
Robbie Reyes, yeah.
That looks like him as the Punisher with like horns and shit, but yeah.
Them horns almost look like Wolverine's old school costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of gave me an Ichigo vibe from fucking Bleach, like when he's in his what's the name stage. What's the name of that stage, Cronus?
Bankai. Oh.
No, it's Bankai. When he has a skull, when he's
not a hollow, but he's hollowified.
Yeah, hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he's hollowified, that's what it is.
Dude, I saw that they bringing back Bleach in a fucking major way. Y'all saw that trailer?
Yes, and I'm looking forward to it next year because I mean Bleach was great until the last arc, and it was like, it was alright.
Bleach left a sour part in my heart when they fucking they basically came back and showed two like they had an amazing fight scene with Ichigo and the guy who could turn to a fucking leopard. Anyways, he's fighting against one of the fucking bad guys, and they had a fucking filler episode. Like they were like, oh hey, you know, Ichigo's fighting this person, but we're gonna talk about this goddamn soccer match. It's like,
that was
soccer. What the fuck?
Grimjaw. Is it Jaggerjack or something?
Yeah, Grimjaw. Yeah.
It's Grimjaw something.
What's so bad about it is that arc, that little miniseries ended, and they came back and had like 2 episodes where they showed fighting again, and they did another fucking filler episode. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Like I can't keep up with you guys. And like I tried to go back to this. I tried to go back and watch where I was. I'm like, shit. What episode number was that? I was like 178. I also have to like keep watch the episode and like, okay, I see this episode. Keep jumping forward. But it's been like a good fucking 3 years.
Damn. You know what show that did that shit to me was Witchblade. Witchblade did that shit.
Is it better? Like, I know why they do the filler episodes and everything, but is it better to just be like, hey, we're gonna take a little break and let the manga fucking, you know, get?
I wish they would do that.
I think it's better. So there's a couple things. Yes, I do as an American think it's better to do the breaks and have like seasons, because obviously like some of the more popular animes out there, at least in America, are ones that do it in seasons. But also we're pre-programmed to do the season thing, right? To like watch a series and then take breaks and then keep watching it. In Japan, I can't speak on that because obviously if it wasn't if it was not popular there, they wouldn't do it. And I think that for like at least a portion of the audience, it's fun to have these silly nonsense episodes. And we still get that sometimes, even in America, with some of our favorite sitcoms and other season shows. Is that you have episodes that have nothing to do with progressing the plot at all, and we have fun with it. But I think that we might be a little bit too critical with having filler episodes. But I think the problem is with animes that sometimes they're way too fucking long. Like there's been literally whole seasons of Naruto of just filler, and it's like you can't do that. Like at least and have an American audience. Like it doesn't work.
Like, and if you know, like here, like sorry, kind of jump back to the Flash. Like there's an episode where, like there was the singing episode, the musical version, where we had like Supergirl singing and a Flash singing. Like we had Joe fucking singing. Like everybody's fucking singing. Even what was so great, everybody was a great fucking singer. Like Joe West he's an amazing fucking jazz singer. Barry Allen, he's an amazing fucking singer. He was on Glee. Fucking Supergirl's from Glee. She was an amazing fucking singer. But then fucking Cisco Ramon, fucking Quake, or not Quake, what's the name of the show? Cisco. But yeah, he's an amazing fucking singer. But yeah, Vibe. But like, yeah, that episode was a giant fucking filler episode. But it was just one episode. But with anime, it's like, you get like 15, not 15, you get about 15 episodes that are just fucking filler. Like, Dragon Ball Z is a perfect example of that. Fucking Samurai X, another example. Inuyasha. God, there's so many shows out there that have so many filler episodes, but it kind of, I mean, I understand why they have it, because want to keep the audience engaged, because if you're not being talked about, you're kind of not in people's mind. But I don't know. I feel like it really needs to stick with the manga.
Oh, here we go. I'm looking up just to give you a sense of like the Naruto filler episodes. I looked it up, and the ones that are pure filler episodes, it's episodes, and this is just the longest stretch of them. Okay, episodes 143 through 219 are all filler episodes.
Yep.
I remember watching it. I was like, dude, like what the fuck? I think it was in Iraq when I was watching these things. I was like, what is going on here? Like, why is this all just bullshit? Mm-hmm. It was almost 100 episodes of fucking filler.
My thing is, don't get me wrong, I love when you're like, when you do your beach episodes. Like, you go to the beach, and obviously there's all kinds of bikinis and shit. I love that. That's fine, and fan servicey and whatnot. But when you have the fillers that are literally just flashback kind of snippets of things big events that have already happened and shit, I'm like, dude, this isn't even new footage. This gives me nothing. Doesn't give me side story or shit. Like, you just recycled some old shit from 2 years ago. Like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, anyway, fillers on filler. But I'm down for. I need to catch up on Bleach.
Yeah, hold on. This is what's even more disgusting. I remember this completely now. So when Naruto, this is what happened with Naruto. So on episode 143, it went from like, that's when it started the filler. This is in 2005. The filler lasted until 2007, and the last episode was 220, and that was the last episode of Naruto. And that's when it went to Shippuden. And it was just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you did 2 years solid of filler, and then you went straight to a whole other, like, anime.
Wait, so the last part of Naruto was with him. Oh no, that was Shippuden.
You're thinking of Shippuden.
Shit, never mind. Yeah, Shippuden had the fucking. Oh shit! Wow! Wow! Like I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, like a lot of the shit at the end of that didn't make fucking like once. When did Naruto meet his parents? When did Jiraiya die? Was that Shippuden?
That's Shippuden.
That's Shippuden, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, never mind. Wow.
Shippuden was better than Naruto. I mean, by far.
Yeah, it was. Goddamn.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of good shit in Naruto as well, but
Yeah.
Shippuden really pushed the narrative of the whole show.
It's really funny on TikTok. There's videos out there where people were watching anime, be like, oh, this character, this Jiraiya guy, I really like him. He's funny, like he likes the bitches and stuff like that. And like his friends looking at him like, oh, are you just watching this now? And like he's like, yeah, he's fighting against his pain guy. And it's like, what? No, man. Like the friend starts fucking crying. Like it sucks because I'm watching it too, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, it's gonna get all back. It's like, wait, Jiraiya's gonna come back, right? Like why is he sticking in the water? Like there's literally there's episodes in Shippuden that like even thinking about it would trigger like a little thug tear in my eye.
Yeah.
Like it's
Dude, Jiraiya dying fucking hurt my soul. And I was watching Shippuden way late. Like I was watching it like 2-3 years ago.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then after Jiraiya died, man, to be honest with you, I haven't even finished Shippuden because I was
Oh shit!
fuck, man.
It gets way better.
It hurts.
It's honestly Shippuden has like one of the best endings of any anime ever, and like what happens in like the finale is so fucking good.
Dude, plus there's a scene where that would top, well, for me at least, for like after Jiraiya died, like holy shit, there's some other shit that happened to Naruto. I'm like holy, like I was literally bawling tears. Like Jiraiya passed away was sad, but like some other shit that happens is like, fuck man, like damn, like it's crazy. You got to go back and watch it.
Yeah, Prodigy. If you stop watching like when Jiraiya died, you're missing a lot, man. A lot.
I think there was still some stuff afterwards, but
there's a lot afterwards.
It was maybe I don't know, 50 to 70 episodes after that. But I didn't finish it all.
Did you see when Naruto meets his mom and dad?
Yes.
I like why they gave him the nine tail.
Yes, definitely for dad.
Okay.
You remember dad? I remember mom.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the mom episode had me fucking in tears. Like holy shit.
Yeah. But,
The fourth grade Ninja War was awesome too. Like when Madara came back and just like wrecked everybody like they were nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck? Like, why is this guy so badass? Like he's dude had a cheat code the whole time.
He would listen to LL Cool J like he was sitting back in the cut with a crush. That's a trip.
Did y'all see this shit? It started blowing up on Twitter where Jay-Z was talking about Beyonce, and people kept going back and forth, Beyonce versus Michael Jackson, and who is the better performer of all time, and who would win in a versus battle is kind of the 2021 version.
Between, I'm sorry, Beyonce and Michael Jackson?
Yeah, this is what the kids were arguing about today.
Well, that's why they're children. They're dumb.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a Beyonce fan, especially because, for a while, our youngest, she was totally in Beyonce, but now she's in Baby Metal. Thank you. She loves Baby Metal now. Every single time we're in the car, Baby Metal Dad. Anyway, she's in Beyonce for a really long time. And Beyonce's a good artist, but, I mean, Michael Jackson, even with his issues, I mean, he did way more for music than Beyonce did, and I don't think that's even controversial to say, like not even a little bit.
I mean, he's been in entertainment since he was a child, so
I mean, technically so is Beyonce, but not that little, but yeah.
But like also with like, I mean, think of like any kind of outstanding Beyonce performance that she's done that's like legendary. Like, one thing I think about is like what she did on Netflix and then like the Super Bowl. But like MJ fucking did the Super Bowl and it was like, motherfuckers was just every time Michael Jackson did a fucking performance live, like there was always video footage of motherfuckers passing out. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it can be women, man, like everybody's fucking fainting.
Bro, when Michael Jackson hit the stage, he would stare out into the crowd and everyone would like cry and go crazy. He'd look left, then the left side of the crowd would pass out. Then he'd look right, the right side of the crowd would pass out. And people in the middle would just still be there. And he wouldn't say shit. He'd just stand there. He'd just stand there. Beyonce ain't doing that shit.
like Beyonce brought up, she had like the Lemonade album, but like Michael Jackson has fucking Moonwalker, which is like the motherfucker turned to a goddamn car and fucking, and then at the end he turned to goddamn spaceship and flew off and went back to where he came from. Like, I don't think Beyonce was just smashing cars, like raising motherfuckers' insurance rates.
I think this is one of those things where there's a generational fucking divide. You know, because if you're 22, 25 right now, you didn't know fucking Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, you just weren't around for that fucking era at all. And I was like a kid. We were kids for a lot of Michael's years. But, I mean, he was bigger than fucking life. You know what I mean? Now, and to me, it's not a shade thing against Beyonce. You know, you can't get much bigger than her for this era. But god damn, like MJ was it. You know what I mean?
Hold on, before, because I know this argument's going to come up, because I was just thinking about it. People are going to say, well, Beyonce sold so many more albums. Okay, listen. Let me just break it down for you for basic math. In 1990, there was like a little over 5 billion people on the planet. There are more than 2.5 billion more people today than there were in 1990, which is probably arguably the height of like Michael Jackson's musical career. I mean, yeah, he made songs in the 90s too, but even at the end of the 90s and 2000 was still 6 billion people. There's over 7 billion people right now. It's almost 8 billion people right now on the planet. And yeah, with that comes extra album sales. So
yeah, album sales are always going to be tough. You got the streaming stuff now that kind of warps things. I get it. But I'm going to tell you like this. Everybody, I will confess, pretty much everybody and their mamas knows who Beyonce is in this era, obviously.
Yeah.
And it definitely 80s and 90s, everybody knew who fucking Michael Jackson, of course, was and could sing along with all those songs and whatnot. Huge icons, both of them. But I'm with y'all. I got to give the nod to MJ from even just an overall performance standpoint. And I've been to a Beyonce concert fairly recently. I saw her in Levi Stadium like 2-3 years ago. But fucking Michael Jackson used to just rock out fucking huge Super Bowl football arenas and everybody would be jamming out.
Yeah, I mean, he would announce that he was going to go, like the year that he passed, every single venue that he was going to visit was pretty much sold out, if not sold out.
Yeah.
That This Is It tour?
Yeah. Sold out. Like, all of his European stuff was definitely sold out. I think in the U.S., it was definitely not sold out, but it definitely wasn't, like, empty, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you, I hate to fucking bring this up right now, but, like, you know what? Fuck R. Kelly, man, because, like, so the reason I bring it up is
there's
because
never a wrong time to say that. I'm just saying.
Well, no, the fucking problem is that, like, I'll be doing something and I'll just start singing one of his fucking songs. And I'm like, I can't. Like, it's like, oh god, what is it?
You got Pied
like
Piper.
I got Pied Piper. Like, literally, like I'll
listen
to
Ignition.
Like,
did Ignition get you?
Ignition, that's what it was. Ignition,
or is that Stamping the Name of Love?
No, it's not listening to the song. It's just the song would just pop into my head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, either Ignition, it's like, I mean, you up there too?
It's like,
let me get that.
Well, so for that song, like, the Dave Chappelle kind of ruined that song for me because, like, every time I sing that song, you gotta poop, poop, a little pee, pee. Yeah, drip, drip, drip. Like, that ruined that song for me. But, oh, God, what song? Like, I Believe I Can Fly was one of those songs. But then there's also, like, I can't remember the name of the song. I can't think of the song I was singing. But I started singing a song, and I was like, fuck, I gotta stop. Because this is an R. Kelly song. Goddamn fucking pedophile. Like, I can't support him.
Yeah, but just switch to Michael, man.
You know what's funny that you said that, Blue, is that literally I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 days ago I was listening to Sirius XM and like the song came on. I was like, oh, this is Isaac Brothers, alright, cool. Listening to it, then R. Kelly came on. I kept like listening to it. I'm like, oh fuck, it's R. Kelly, god damn it, I had to fucking change it. Why do they still have this dude on the air? He's a convicted pedophile. How is he he's pulling royalties from this shit? What the fuck?
The song I was thinking of is Trapped in the Closet. That's what it was. Because that Black Opera was it was really fucking good. But god damn it, he has residency in my fucking brain, and I don't like that shit.
So you know what? You know what R. Kelly is likened to me is like a modern day Rasputin. Like he was doing fucking foul ass shit, but all these people were like enamored with him. They were like, he's fucking up. Like, yeah, but he has like the ear of the czar, I think they used to call it, which is basically the king. And like they knew that he was fucking around with these little chicks. So there was like a little coup to try to, pull him out of the palace and shit. It's like R. Kelly.
Again, I'll never forget it. Again, this was a very different time. It's not going to make any sense to people who are like, I don't know, 20 in their 20s right now. But there was a time in this country where you could go into any fucking barbershop or like any neighborhood pretty much, or beauty salon or whatever, and people would be selling DVDs like, you want to see R. Kelly piss on somebody? And that was just an okay, weird thing that was going on. I'll never forget. And I was like, this is fucking odd, but it literally happened, and there was video evidence of it, and we all just kind of were like, man, step in the name of love, or most people did. I was like, fuck it.
So how much were they Prodigy?
I didn't pay shit. I didn't pay shit.
You got it for free. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Well, no, back at that time, fucking like LimeWire and fucking Rap. Napster was fucking hot, so you could download that shit fucking very easily.
Yeah, it'll get you a virus.
The dorms. It was in the dorms at the AUC. Like, people would be like, you want to see some wild shit?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? It was a different time, a different era.
But yeah, so once again, fuck R. Kelly for having. Oh, God, his songs were great, but god damn it, like they're all so fucking fucking pedophile-ish.
Pretty much all of them. Like if you listen to the lyrics,
even Trapped in the Closet, like
talking about fucking a little girl. All right, this is gross.
Yeah, dude, even Trapped in the Closet. Got people trapped in the closets and shit.
Yeah, he ain't talking about being gay.
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right, sorry.
Yeah, we need to get off that. Shit.
Yeah.
That's gonna piss.
Where are we at time wise?
I think we're almost
there. Wait
for what?
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, my internet
trailer
is unstable. Oh no.
Wait, they got a Doctor Strange 2 trailer?
Yes. I think it dropped today.
Oh,
okay, so I saw it. I was like, no, this is some Spider-Man shit, so I'm not gonna fucking watch it at all. How did the trailer go? Because I haven't watched it.
I don't want to know because it might have shit from the fucking Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, right.
My camera's tripping. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, you just look like you're doing a photo shoot.
Yeah, nothing's going on. It's like the white balance is like blowing up.
I'm gonna say not really. It's mostly him. I mean, Wanda's in it.
Yeah, we know that.
So there you go. Oh, and also you see a new character. You see a new MCU character. So it's kind of cool.
Help me remember, because it's been so many fucking years. The brunette doctor or nurse, I can't remember. Is she still his lickety boo, or did she die?
Oh, Rachel McAdams.
Yeah,
she's in the trailer.
Oh, okay, good.
So she's blonde in the film.
I liked her more than quite a few of the like more than Pepper Potts even. I thought she brought it.
But she's only in one film.
That's because Pepper was trying to sell you some vaginal crystals. That's probably why you didn't like Pepper Potts.
Damn. Okay. But yeah,
like, what are you talking about? Look up Gwyneth Paltrow, all right, and fucking pussy
candles,
and pussy crystals. Like, you think we're joking?
Yeah, that literally. Now here's the other thing, dude. Don't forget, this is a multi-million-dollar actress. Like, she's not small time. She's been in a whole bunch of MCU movies. She was in the movies before then. She's not broke, but she wants to sell her pussy.
I mean, she could be out there selling sex dolls of her pussy. I mean, like Sasha Grey and these other adult actresses.
But like, she's a legit.
That's a better investment, I think.
That's the thing that gets me. Like, and she's no shade, but like, she's older and established. Like, what the fuck? Why would everybody want to buy your pussy candle? I don't know.
People probably think we're fucking kidding, but
No,
Yeah, look that shit up. And what's so crazy is that shit sold out. So there's a lot of people that want to.
Damn.
But speaking of candles, if you want to get some really great smelling candles,
Ibiji, well, the candles. That's not...
That was a hard transition, bro.
Oh,
clear your
man.
soul.
But for real,
Are they in the chat? No,
they're probably not in the chat. But if you go on Ibiji Oil and Candles, you can actually get 50% off any order over $35 with the promo code of V as in Victor, D as in Delta, 638 N as in November for 15%.
And they just updated. And they're in the process of updating their website, so
yes,
you're gonna see some cool fucking shit on their page, which is amazing.
and we have we use their backwards, but we actually have our own count. I don't think they're making it right now. They can probably special order for you.
No, they are.
Special make it for you. Oh, they're still doing it. Okay.
Yeah, but it's on their page or whatever.
Yeah, this is our actual candle.
So for their labels, there's 5 different labels or 6 different labels you can get. You can get one of each cast member's names on there, or you get one of just plain old black size infinity. It's kind of cool.
And I think you can customize it too if you want. If you want to put your own name on there. So yeah.
I love our fucking candle, but I will say this: there's like a sweet potato.
Oh man,
that shit will make your house smell good as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Smell all homey like.
So, yeah, I did a photo shoot for their candles and stuff like that, and like I have one, and like it's already gone because I burnt that shit. That shit lasted forever, but it didn't last enough for me to keep it inside of my house. But yeah, it's a great smelling fucking candle. It smells like a sweet potato pie. Like
I feel like we should have talked about this like even before like Black Friday because they had sales, a bunch of sales and stuff. And they're continually improving upon their products. So like the candle I have right now, the ones that I have, they all have like the fabric wick, and the new candles they have like this wooden wick, which works way better. Pops a little bit, but I think
it burns slower.
Yeah, it burns slower, and it has like way less smoke, if any at all, and it's fantastic. And it's also, I think it's better for the environment because it's just made out of natural wood. So there you go.
Here's the thing. Christmas is right around the fucking corner.
But it's too late to get it now.
Yeah. Put in your fucking order. They'll appreciate it. They'll smell some good shit, and they'll think of how much you appreciated them. So buy it.
Yeah.
It's like, look, check this out. If your house stank, and you've been trying to like, you know what? This year my house is gonna smell good. This is the perfect fucking solution for your stinky ass house.
Yeah.
Buy some candles.
Also, they sell soap. Wash your ass. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Damn.
They do. They also have
when I say wash your ass, I mean literally. Wash your body, which includes your ass.
Yep.
Wash your entire body.
Yeah.
Your feet, your back, all that shit.
Yeah.
Damn. And holy shit. I'm looking up this Gwyneth Paltrow shit. She's won an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, 2 Screen Actor Guilds Awards, and a Primetime Emmy. God dang. But she wants you to smell her snatch in wax form. Just saying.
Oh, man. Could you imagine if like Grace Jones sold her snatch in a candle form?
Bruh,
she fucking shit she would fucking get.
Nah, bro. Because if you saw Boomerang, you expected that. In fact, when the movie was done, you would have went to JC. I bet you people went to JC Penney looking for the perfume that she squeezed out of her stash.
Nah, say it right. Strong J.
Oh. Damn.
That shit was awesome.
No one would be surprised at all if Grace Jones was doing that. Yeah. Grab him and take him.
The way she said pussy in that fucking fancy ass restaurant to Marcus. What's the matter? You don't like pussy?
Yeah. No, when she was outing out all those dudes, she's all, no, my brother's gay. He's gay. He's gay. Yeah. That dude's gay. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, shit was hilarious.
Jesus Christ. I'm on fucking Goop.com, which is Gwyneth Paltrow's like brand. And the amount of shit, like she went straight fucking Kanye. Remember Kanye went straight her.
Oh god.
She's selling like shorts, like linen shorts for $250. She has a dress on here that like looks super basic and it's like $1,000. Yeah, it's a normal fucking dress for like $1,100. Like, what the fuck is going on here? It's made out of cotton.
Yeah.
Cotton. Like, what the fuck? Who picked the cotton? It was this is what happens when white people pick cotton. It's worth $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should know something was strange with her because she's the one that named her. She named her kid Apple and her other kid Moss. So like, you know, who named their fucking kid Apple? Like, what the hell?
Hey.
But then again, like, so when she dropped her vagine candle or her vagina smelling candle, like, it's okay. If there was like a meaning behind it, like, okay, women power and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, that's cool and all. But like, she went a little bit deeper with a lot of her shit that she started telling her sites. Like, oh yeah, you might be out of it. But then again, people are fucking buying it, which is kind of fucking crazy.
Like, look at the prices of this shit. I don't get me wrong. I spend some money on some shit. Like the sweater that I'm wearing right now. This is like, I think when I bought it was like $250, but it's made out of merino wool. All right, so this shit literally makes it harder to see me in infrared, and if I jump in the water, it keeps me warm. This sweater has a purpose. Like, she has bikini bottoms on here, just the bottoms, for $120.
God,
and it's just made out of like basic shit. Like, the fuck, man.
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Bruh, Grace Jones is 73 years old.
I would still love to see her and shit.
You should see this picture of her from 2015. She's 67 years old. She looks like she's like maybe 30 in this picture. But she has this weird ass mohawk, and it looks like a paper. It's like a circular mohawk. It's super weird, but it's awesome at the same time.
If we had gotten good X-Men movies back in like the late 80s, I would love to have seen her as Storm with the mohawk doing all kind of Grace Jones shit.
Talking all kinds of shit.
So she does not look 30. I mean, she looks good for her age, but she doesn't look 30.
I mean, I guess.
Old Edge is old.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the same dude that tried to say, actually, I think it was you and Prodigy, talking about how good, Madonna looks today. But it was like, the picture that was shown was either, first of all, it was either super photoshopped, or she had a significant amount of work done in the past, like, year and a half.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she's had a lot of work done.
But I saw pictures of her, like, in her 50s, and she looked her age at that point.
Damn. All right. I mean, yeah.
And this is the problem with, especially America. People have a problem with aging. All right, you're gonna get fucking old and wrinkly and shit. You're not gonna look as good as you used to when you're in your 20s and 30s. People that say that 40 is the new 30 or whatever. No, you're fucking lying. Yes, we look a little better than I guess our parents might have looked back then, but we also have a lot of different shit. But if you look at people in their 20s right now compared to us in our 40s, they look a lot better than we do. Like, duh. Like, it's okay to age. And I think that people would be a lot better especially in their mental health wise, of like being
better skin regimens.
Well, yeah. I mean, always take care of yourself, but like, just recognize like you're aging. Like, it's okay to age. You're gonna fucking die someday. This is not new news to any of you. You're gonna get old. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you get old and die. But I think we have this thing of where everybody tries to look so fucking young. Like, oh, they look so young, and everybody's meanwhile they're slathering on makeup and getting all this work done on their face, getting fucking tit jobs and dyeing their hair all to look young. But it's like, that's not really what you look like. Like, you look your age if you take away all that stuff, and it's okay to look your age. And if you looked your age, I think more people would be okay with like accepting how old they actually are. That's my own personal opinion. It's not very popular, but I don't give a fuck. I've got gray hair, and my hair's falling out, and I'm fine with that. I don't give a fuck.
There you go.
It's kind of cool to date a girl who's into makeup, because it's almost like you're dating two different people. You have this hot girl, you have this not so hot girl.
Damn. She's still hot. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
All right, guys, let's wrap it on up. Old Ninja, what you got populating this week, goddammit?
So I just finished Hawkeye not too long ago. So
God, I started to watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Nothing.
You had
You
nothing.
zapped out.
Oh, yeah, because I had this on mute by accident.
It's like old Ninja has fucking autism. Not autism. All times.
All timers.
Alzheimer's?
He's all
All time. It's all might.
He's all.
Yeah, all might.
Old man podcast, I guess. All right.
You talk about a story that's fucking start just falling asleep.
Oh damn. So yeah, I finished Hawkeye. I'm going to start Witcher probably tonight. It's Christmas this weekend, so Merry Christmas to you, Dank. Yeah, that's kind of about it.
All right, dude.
It's funny because he can't tell when he's cutting out. That's the best part.
Yeah.
He had some point he should have said, we have no idea.
It's like a little mini Thanos blip or something. It's on a snap. Blue, what you got popping this week? Goddamn it, he's cracking up.
You know, he might be crying right now. All right, I'll tell you what I got. All right, so anyway, my youngest daughter, she got her first, who's 5 years old. She just turned 5. She got her first COVID shot today, which was a little difficult, but we got it done. She had a mini freak out, but we got it done. I got my booster shot today. I'm fine. She's fine. We'll be fine. Other than that, you know, Christmas is on Friday, right? It's on Friday.
Saturday.
Is it Saturday? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know. I got presents. I know that. I mean, I bought presents. I gotta wrap them still and shit. And I got K-Mac a present because we got Christmas and then her birthday is 2 days later. It's very important if you have a significant other, don't give them Christmas/birthday presents. Don't be an asshole. Even if they say you can just don't do both. Be the hero of your story. Separate the presents, goddammit. So yeah, she's got some cool shit that she's got coming. What the fuck did I even get her? I know I got like a super long massage, and then something else for her actual birthday.
Wait, an internal massage?
Well, I mean, we don't talk about it on the podcast, but you know.
Damn.
She's gonna go to a building, and it's just gonna be me.
Clap that down on the table.
I'm just gonna rent some random office space.
Do what they do in the porno? They got the Nuru massages. The little inflatable mat.
Oh.
Wait, am I the one that followed the these?
The
little.
I only watch the ones where they go into the little locker room and there's a hole about waist high. That's a different.
No, I'll talk about the Ultimate Surrender. Y'all ever watch that shit? They used to have them at kink.com in the armory, which is weird because when I went there, I was like, I know this fucking room. I saw some shit go down in this room. Anyway,
you're walking in like fucking deja vu.
Yeah. Smells like baby oil in here. Anyway. Yeah, Christmas is gonna be cool. I'm glad that my youngest is doing better now. We still got some healing to do together, but she's doing a lot better. I'm looking forward to just chilling. What's weird is that I'm actually taking no days off during the holidays because the days the holidays are on days that I don't fucking work anyway. So I'm basically getting paid double time for like I think like a week and a half.
Nice.
Because my company normally shuts down during the holidays for 2 weeks, and because it's on days that I don't work anyway, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, they got to pay me a bunch of money, so that's good. That's nice. Plus my bonus, that's nice too.
Money always works. Yeah. All right, Blue, what you got?
So wait, I got a shout out to Warrior Fellow right now. He talked about the whole Madonna pose, and he said that damn Mark Zuckerberg for removing another post that didn't lead to harm. I think he was talking about the Madonna pose. So I think it's like the one where she's like spread out on the thing. But yeah. So you know, we talked about Christmas is coming up. It's funny because I actually forgot that K-Max's birthday is in December too. Because Jaswina's birthday is in December, so hers was on the 11th. And yeah, she wanted something, so I kind of tied her gift into Christmas. And so Carlos is like, oh, don't do that. But I got her something else for Christmas, so that shit's coming. But actually, it's not Christmas is coming. I'm not really expecting too much for Christmas. Like, I'm not looking forward to anything, like, gift or anything. I'm just mainly focused on our kid because this is his first Christmas. But it's hard because, like, with a kid, with like a baby, like, what is it that you can get him? Like, it's something that can really, like, he would enjoy. I mean, very limited to what he would want. I feel like maybe when he's 1 or 2, maybe he would enjoy Christmas. But yeah, it's interesting. Like, I want to buy him the world. Like, I want to buy him everything I could possibly get him. But it's like, what's gonna help him develop and become a better fucking person? Basically, is what I'm looking at. But right now, like, he had his, like, he's 9 months now. He's officially, like, he was 9 months 5 days ago from the time this podcast was recording. And yeah, like, we went to the doctor and they do like this 9-month wellness check on him. And the doctor was like, "Oh, is he sitting up? Like, is he able to support his, like when he sits on his butt, like, and like, is he able to hold his back up?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, he could do that." I put him down, and the kid was like slouching and put his hand on the fucking table. I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, this doctor thinks this kid's fucking, like, he's not at his potential. But it was like, okay, this whole time it's his nap time. Like, okay, that's why he's like this. And then we're in a different room than he's normally in for his checkups. Like, he's sitting inside the crease. I'm like, okay, like, this kid could sit up, like, no problem. And when I bring him home, he sits up perfectly. I think, like, he was just fucking stage shy or something like that. But, like, there's other different milestones, like, the doctor was testing him for, like, him may be able to, like, put, like, bang blocks together, or be able to, like if there's like a towel over an object, like, he knows, like, that the object is still there, so he just got to move the towel. And, like, all this shit, like, opened my eyes to, like, a bunch of things. It's like, fuck, man, like, we're trying so hard to keep him, like, up to date with, like, these different milestones. So now we're working with him on certain things, and, like, we're trying to get him to walk. Like, he's very, so before a baby walks, they start to crawl, and he just started crawling. Like, he's still doing army crawl where he's on his elbows, but every now and then he'll go into his palms and start crawling. But when babies start to walk, they start to, like, pull themselves up onto things, and he started to do that right now too. But there's this thing called where they start to creep, where they will kind of walk, like, they'll be on the couch and kind of, like, scoot themselves along the couch to get from here to there. And he's slowly starting to get that down. So we bought him an activity center thingy. So he'll stand up on his own and we'll just play with this thing, like, nonstop, which is kind of cool. But, like, yeah. And so, like, and also, like, we'll, instead of, like, we won't pick him up anymore and, like, take him to a certain place like that. Like, we'll hold his hands and, like, let him walk to different parts of the rooms now. But then, like, it's really fucking funny because, like, he can crawl now. Like, he figured out, because Cronus got us a little play corral thingy where you can, like, if I open up the door, he figured out how to get out the door, and so he can, like, crawl around the house. So he's actually able, the last couple of weeks has been the first time actually exploring the whole entire fucking house. Like, he's been into my office, into the bedroom, he's been into the kitchen, like, on his own. But he discovered we have a robot vacuum cleaner. Sorry, I know we're running short on time and stuff like that, but, like, he's always seen the robot vacuum cleaner. Like, he's, like, I'll be holding him and the vacuum cleaner be, like, vacuuming or whatever. Now he's always, like, looking at it, like, this and that. But he knows exactly where it is. So every time we'll let him, like, leave the door open for him to, like, crawl or whatever, he would just instantly bolt to where that thing is and start fucking with it. Like, he's not just sitting there, like, you know, push it in, this and that. He will, like, climb onto it and push the fucking button to turn it on. Like, he knows, like, okay, if I hit this button, it's gonna turn on, and it's gonna, like, scoot around, and, like, he can grab onto it and move around with it. Like, the whole reason why they have the whole, like, blanket over an object is so that kids know that, like, it's object awareness. So basically, the baby knows that, like, okay, even though this object isn't in my sight, it still exists, and he knows that, like, okay, if I move this object over it, the item's going to be there. But this, my son, he knows that the vacuum cleaner is there, and he knows that there's a guitar in my office, because, like, he will come into my office and peek around the door, and, like, I'm going to turn my camera around. My guitar in my office, it's It's high up. It's like on the top of a shelf. He will come into my office and look up. Like he will look up at it. Like he would like every time he comes in here, he look like I have like my bike is in here, I have a TV, my desk, I have all these monitors and computers and stuff like that. He will instantly come into the room and look up at the guitar, like, and I would have to lift him up and bring him up to the guitar for him to play. Like I would get down for him to play with it, but like he's always looking for the guitar whenever he comes to my office. So I think he has the idea and concept of spatial, or not spatial awareness, but object awareness. But yeah, it's just interesting watching this little kid just grow. Like it's so much fun. Like I wish I would have done this earlier, but then again, like I'm having so much fun with him right now. Like it's a blast, and like I don't know. It's if you never want to have a kid and want to wait till you're more financially stable and stuff like that, definitely do that. But it's definitely a lot of fun having a little kid. Like if you were hoping for a girl and you end up having a boy, boys are fun. It's fun having a little boy because they're so fucking cute and you can do all this fun stuff. But yeah, that's about it for me.
All right.
Awesome. I ain't got shit except for definitely gonna catch up on some Witcher. I'll do that, and I'm gonna watch this goddamn Matrix movie. I'd love to get down on some Cold War zombies, maybe over the long weekend. We'll see. And some Back for Blood. Holden, to take us out, goddammit.
Huh? Oh, yeah. So, you just experienced Black and Black Times Infinity?
Infinity.
You can check us out anywhere and everywhere with BThanBTI on the internet. It's BTHANBTI. You can email us, BThanBTI@gmail.com. You can check out our official website, binheadproductions.com/BThanBTI. And we have a Discord server. Email us, let us know you want to join. We'll let you in.
It's a lot of fucking fun, let me tell you guys.
There you go.
Let us in like the throat goat did.
Damn. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah. Christmas Hanukkah. Puff up your penguin next to you. Give him a big hug.
All right. We're out this bitch.